All right, everybody, we're in. Tones here, and I'm with the great, the great Anthony Vasquez,
Hey, guys.
and hey, ATV Films. Hello, fellow humans.
Yo, hello, ATV.
So we're gonna give everybody a minute to jump in. Not sure how many are. Yeah, that's the one thing I don't like about StreamYard. It says, "Oh, okay, there we go. There's the counter."
Okay.
Yeah, so we got 4 in here. My guess is everybody's watching Kick and Natalie
people
right
will
now.
eventually, people will eventually trickle in.
I mean, it's a big day, so yeah, there's a lot of people out there, but hey, we're just we're not punching a clock. We're here to just have some fun, laugh at Chillie.
Yep.
So might as well. So I've got Artie's take on the ex parte hearing. I'm just gonna play the audio a bit.
All right.
That's the video with him and Kate. I'm gonna try to find the audio. Was the hearing already over? Or? I'm trying to remember where it was at. Let me jump to get the thing going here.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. So, yeah, damn straight you had to choke it down.
I'm not hearing anything from the video.
You don't hear it?
No.
Oh, hang on. You don't hear any audio from the video?
Yeah, I don't hear anything from Artie.
Hold on a second. Let's try that again.
Hey, Irish. Hey, Alan. How you guys doing? Hey, James.
Hey, Irish Dublin. Hey, everyone's starting to come in now. James the Mick.
Yep. Roisin. Hello.
Thank you for pronouncing that properly. I knew I was about to butcher it.
She always yells at me when I don't pronounce it properly, so I've made a note to make sure that I pronounce it correctly.
All right, so share system audio. Let's try this again.
All right, yeah.
Okay, so let's see if we can hear. It's sharing your screen and audio, so...
There we go.
All right.
The anti-men court system at play.
If I did this to a woman, they would put me in custody. It's incredible. Stalking me with multiple...
Listen to me. I'm listening to you. I'm trying to watch this video. The issue is the legal standard with regard to a 250-80 order, which is what you've requested. There are 3 ways that are relevant here. The 250-80 order can be met. One is 3 or more acts of physical violence, threats to do physical harm, or damage to property. Not damage to reputation, not damage to business. The law is clear. So 3 or more acts that qualify as willful and malicious conduct intending to cause fear of physical violence, either physical violence,
I'm going to fix something really quick.
Threats to do physical harm, or damage to property. 3 separate events. That's one way. The other way is stalking as the law defines stalking, not just tracking someone, but tracking a person with intent to physically harm them, causing reasonable fear. The third is criminal harassment. Those are the 3 ways that this statute...
That is criminal harassment. I looked up the statute. According to Massachusetts, it hits all 5 definitions of criminal harassment.
Of course you did,
Every single phase of it does.
What appears here, which is why I'm
How do I feel like that's not going to be true at all? Because, all of us have eyes and saw that video.
Exactly.
People who have YouTube channels.
Could this be protected speech, Chillie?
I love this moment. I freaking love Artie. He's great when he covers this stuff.
Shout out to Artie's corporate fiction, man.
Oh yeah.
I don't know her. I don't know her.
I understand that.
She's just making videos about me so she makes money.
Yes.
That's what she's doing.
That's what you do, Chillie. So, are you saying you're the only one who can?
Oh yes, be sure to pick up. Be sure to buy a trifold.
Yeah, right. She's doing it to make money. Now, if you excuse me, I have a trunk load of trifolds to sell to the unwilling masses.
Oh yeah, exactly. It's just like the guy. It's what's the old saying? Something law applies to thee, but not me, or something. I don't.
Yeah, something along those lines.
Yeah, it's like he's criticizing everybody for what they're doing when he's doing the exact same shit.
Mm-hmm. Projection. I said that earlier today.
People make money talking about other people on YouTube? It's an entire cottage industry.
He's not wrong.
He's right. Yeah.
Illegal.
Some of this beach is covered potentially by.
Right, but racing across town, man. Put it the
J5.
other way around. A male
Yeah, I'm
female,
gonna wrap my car
you're getting
trunk.
and then she ran into me to the point
That'll make your car bulletproof,
Chillie
sir.
throwing down
Oh,
where I literally
Can I just say, like, I wish I don't want to spend the money on it, but I know someone said they want to do this. I want to buy a trifold just to film me just destroying it in every conceivable way possible, but
Yeah,
not just buy one, buy multiple ones so I can
we
thoroughly
have-
destroy them in all the different ways.
We have wanted to do that same idea too, and just grab a bunch of trifolds and like burn them and shoot them and run them over with a car and
Yeah,
just
put them
like
through a shredder. You know, it's
do
like,
it through a shredder into a bigger shredder.
yeah.
You know, like just we won't like let's see how indestructible they are. Doesn't look that indestructible to me.
Oh yeah, just prove how destroyable they are, destructible they are. It's just be hilarious. And okay, we have to be fair, Internet God. Yeah, he's lowered the price of his trifolds to $5. He's a true humanitarian.
Yes. Oh, what
Yeah,
a what a god amongst men.
I know. I was gonna say his 2 cents isn't even worth 2 cents, let alone $5.
All right. I wouldn't give him $5 if he came to me and was like, "Look, I'm dying of hunger." I'd be like, "Yeah, man, I don't know what to tell you. Eat a trifold."
Yeah. God.
I'm sure they're indestructible, and I'm sure they give you plenty of nourishment.
Oh yeah. All right, we'll kind of get through the rest of
away,
video.
and that's the only thing they show is when I say
skip
stay
ahead to the
away from
bailiff
me.
part.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can sync it up a bit.
Right, so they're playing it. Let's see. I already got to. I think it was near the end.
No, Jason, this is
would anyone in chat possibly know the timestamp for when he goes after the bailiff for no apparent reason?
Well, I think it was initially near the end where, like, I don't know where. I mean, he got kind of what he wanted, but didn't. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. You know,
Showing how ridiculous it is that it's come to this. That's what I think is how
I
silly
think
it
we're
is.
close to it.
Yeah, me too.
If she wants to make videos about me and talk about me and all that stuff, that's fine. Stalking me down through a Discord account to purposely have a confrontation with me is the clear definition of harassment according to the Massachusetts Code. I read it.
I doubt
Plain as
that.
day. It's literal.
Yeah,
criminal
you know, you
harassment.
read it, Chillie, but did
Not
you
writing
comprehend
a
it? Is
warrant.
really the important question.
A warrant for what?
I
Get a teacher order.
know. I love that. I love the fact that he said that he wants to issue a warrant. It's like,
Yeah, right.
I mean, you're not a prosecutor. You don't get to do that.
You're filing a restraining order. You're not in criminal court, dude. Like,
Yeah.
you know, and what warrant is she gonna sign? What is the warrant even gonna say? Like, what's the charge? There's no.
Well, I was getting on this earlier. There's a couple of frauditors who keep talking about what is it, prior restraint or something, or prior restraint, and they keep talking about it like it's an arrestable offense. It's not. Yes, it's unconstitutional, but you can't actually arrest someone for it. You could sue them for it.
Yeah.
But it's like they report it to the police. Like, what are the police going to do about it? They're not going to they're not going to arrest a freaking, public worker or the mayor of a town. Like, they're not going to do that.
Well, yeah, it's like there's a clip that I had of Polly Audits where he goes into a police station and basically threatens the police and tells them, like, I would put you under arrest, but you're going to fight back. And the cop responds with, well, you're definitely not going to be touching me. That's for sure.
Yeah.
You know, like, they believe, like, they have these fanciful beliefs that they can arrest the police. I saw one frauditor, I think it was Chauncey. I'm not sure.
Trying to get the parking ticket?
He was trying to get a parking ticket. He told the cop that he smelled an odor of marijuana coming from his vehicle. Cop was parked. He wasn't even on the street. Yeah. And he's like, I smell marijuana coming from your vehicle, sir. And the cop's just like looking at him like, what is wrong with you? Yeah, it's like he's just looking at it like he's an idiot. And it's just I watched that video. I've seen 2 people cover it. I think Frauder Troll covered it today. Mm-hmm. It's like I may do that video. I haven't really been doing much about that guy, but the more videos I see of him, the more I think he is a freaking idiot. There's a video he did where he went into a city hall and disparaged the mayor, who was also a veteran. Like, the guy finds out he's a veteran and just starts going in on him. I'm like, you son of, excuse my French, you son of a bitch! Like, how dare you?
It's fine. Hey, we welcome. I welcome French. I welcome every language under the sun. I mean, if I knew how to, if I remembered how to speak Klingon, I'd be calling him a dishonorable patak or whatever. But hey, Kfar's in here.
Yo, Kfar, what's up, man?
And hey, if you're not doing anything, you're welcome to join us. We're just doing a quick recap of Artie's coverage of the ex parte hearing, and then we're going to be listening to Chillie fail miserably in his own video of the protective order hearing.
Oh my god! I stopped eating lunch to listen to it. I was like ever in the middle of eating food, and you're like, hold on a second, I got to hear this. Just give me a minute.
Oh, I heard,
the sandwich can wait.
I picked it up this morning. I saw it had only been online like just after I was getting ready for work and everything, and I'm thinking I'm going to play this in the car because there's I don't know, his Chillie's stupid face isn't really worth seeing. So I had it hooked up to Bluetooth, and I just listened to it. I was laughing my whole commute. I mean, people on the road probably thought I was insane, but it's like I just had this big smile, just laughing my ass off.
This morning, I was contacting you and having a couple conversations with Captain Chad and everybody this morning about some channel ideas, and I'm in the car with Akari and just laughing my head off, talking about certain ideas that we were having, and she's just like, people must think we are nuts. I was like, I don't care. Let them.
All right, well, let's resume this to see if we get him yelling at the bailiff.
War for what?
Yes.
Okay, so they're still watching the video.
Yeah.
Is your feet tangled with mine?
I'm just gonna be kind of.
You realize how bad that sounds when you're saying this shit underneath your breath, but it's still on the record.
Oh yeah, hang on. Let's go back for a second.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, then we say, I wish I. It's like you're in a court of law, buddy. Do you really want to say that?
I wish I.
Wish you.
Dude, what? Seriously, I wish you what? What?
Wish you what? You realize how bad that sounds when you're saying this shit underneath your breath, but it's still on the record.
He is 100% fucking correct. Like, so correct, like it's not even funny.
Oh yeah. Hey, Mr. Sobsit Theater.
Hey, sir, how you doing? How you doing, Sobsit? My goodness.
I know, Chillie. I mean, for someone who's trying to be a law scholar or wants to be a lawyer,
youth softball team. But yes, this is totally back to Blue Rally.
Yeah,
totally pro.
Another thing I wanted to cover about that video is his whole thing about it's a secret back the Blue Rally.
Oh God, that was stupid.
That was the dumbest thing, including when they're playing Stars and Stripes in the background at one point when he's saying it, and I'm like, yeah, because that's what they play.
Yeah, that's totally the United States of America is like, all police forces, national anthem. Like, for God's sake.
In his mind, a simple Memorial Day parade is like, China's Tiananmen Square. Like in his mind, he's seeing 1942 Nazi stormtroopers, clod marching down the road.
And yet in his perfect world, he's seeing 1984. By George Orwell. Exactly.
But but in reality, it's small children and fire trucks.
Yeah. It's like, James Bond was like, I fell in the Chillie hole today and I'm scared for my life. I had no idea how much it all is. Yeah, he's a trip. You may wonder why haven't I covered his videos? I'm waiting until the story is nearly over. So I've got the highlights because there are hours upon hours of live streams this guy puts out, and I don't have time to watch it all. I don't have the mental fortitude to watch them all in rapid succession.
Could you imagine if he had a Kim Blandino style court hearing? Because remember how on Tones, it was me, it was you, it was it was everybody. We were really invested in that trial. Could you imagine that, but on a Delete Laws level? It would be the biggest circus of the century.
Oh hell yeah! It would just be a freaking nightmare.
It would make Johnny Depp and Amber Heard's trial look like a 5-year-old's birthday party. Like you'd be like, wow, I thought they were crazy. This is just nuts.
Yeah, it's like, forget shit in the bed. There's shit, there's shit on the screen.
He probably took a shit in his self-driving minivan on the way in. We don't know.
Yeah. Oh God, I agree, man. This guy's trial being televised would just be an absolute a shit show.
Oh,
let's see if we're at the bailiff part, because like I said, I just want to do a quick recap. I don't want to watch the whole thing. The other video is super long.
How many times before you arrested me? How many times? Come on, dude. You wouldn't arrest me?
Okay, let's back it up for a second because this is when he started talking to the bailiff.
I have more youth baseball team members playing.
Yeah,
him yelling at children, don't trust cops.
I ran away from her again. Free speech is saying don't trust cops. Free speech is not assaulting a cop or running into him. If I ran into this guy right here, he'd arrest me.
How many cops has this guy challenged to fights?
Wouldn't you?
Every single one he's come across.
Yeah.
If our feet
if he hasn't asked about the butthole thing, it's been I want to fight you.
How many times before you arrested me? How many times? Come on, dude. You wouldn't arrest me after the third time, fourth time of bumping into you?
He's a court bailiff.
Yeah, he's addressing the
bailiff.
Yeah.
Of course, the court official's not the court bailiff, or the officer's not going to answer the fucking question.
Exactly.
Yeah. Like, what an idiot.
And at the end of this, he continues to antagonize the court bailiff. Like he keeps saying, "Oh, what? I gotta bump into you more times. You're gonna arrest me. You're gonna arrest me. You're gonna arrest me." And it's like, dude, what the hell's wrong with you?
All of you.
Yeah, let's skip ahead to looking for more.
How does this encounter at the parade end? How does it end?
I leave. I leave.
Which is how all these videos should end.
She kept running into me while I was afraid. Finally, she ran into me last time. I pushed her away. I said, "Stop running into me." And I realized at that point, she's. No, you can't see it because I'm holding the camera like this and holding her away from me. But at that point, I realized when she won't stop running into me, she's trying to get me a battery charge. So I just leave because I don't want to deal with a battery charge. I didn't go to that to meet her. I've never said her name out loud. Never said I was coming here to serve her. I've never met the person until that parade where she walked up on me and I said, "I sent you an official cease and desist letter." It's the only contact I've had with her. I never asked her to stalk me or put me on a Discord account where they could track my movements. But that's what they're doing. And then she raced across town. She said, white knuckled. Everybody was going 10 mile an hour too slow for me. Then she gets there and she says, "I'm going to have a confrontation with him. He's not getting away without one." What? If I said that about this guy, I'd go to jail. If I said that about any female, I'd go to jail.
I'm not going to issue an emergency order.
He said that, and pretty sure if she had said that on a live stream and he had the information for it, he would have shown that to her right away.
He talks about all the stuff, but where's the evidence? The LG Chillie only leaves you with an upset stomach and irritated ass. I will say yes. However, I've had some damn good chili recipes that don't do that, but I can see the connection. Yeah, this chili will definitely irritate you.
Yo, Uncle Artie's here. Yo, what up, Uncle Artie? What up, brother?
Uncle Artie. I was gonna say, if you want to come on, man, I could join. I could see if I can get you a link.
I have him on my DMs. I can send it to him myself. So
yeah,
dude, let us know if you want to get up here. You got called out in court by Kate today, sir. I'm proud of you.
Oh yes, that'll come up in there.
You didn't get called out, but you got referenced. All
right, well, shout out. That's what it is. You got to shout out.
Yeah.
I mean,
he said, "Sure, let me send you the DM, sir. I got you."
Yeah. It was a better shout out than Broken Sister Broken Trust gave to Artie, which thank God he doesn't do it anymore. So yeah. Speaking of which, he went awfully quiet after I complied with his request to clarify, what all frauditors' depravities are. I mean, I poured my heart out. I gave such a genuine apology to him for leaving him out and his domestic violence, drug addiction, and other charges.
Artie, I'll look in your Discord DMs. The link is in there, sir.
Yeah.
So
yeah, Artie, we're gonna be just watching a little bit of the ending of the ex parte hearing, and then we're gonna be going into listening to the actual hearing
from the 10th, I believe that one was from.
Now, I know Masshole is going to be talking about it as well. I think they're actually going to be streaming simultaneously with us. So, we can either well, I mean, we'll watch it ourselves just so that way we can just keep talking through it, because I don't know how often how long they'll be on and how much they're going to be commentating through it.
Yeah, absolutely. No, you're right, Sal. You're right. He's just an attention-seeking clout chaser.
They all are.
Me and Tones have discussed how we don't want to necessarily debate broken system. We just kind of want to yell at him because he.
Oh, I've made it very clear. I will never debate a frauditor because, as far as I'm concerned, debate is not an option.
And
Mando,
I mean,
they're never going to see things your way. They're never going to change their mind. They're just going to, as KFAR's always put it, they're just going to be a pigeon playing chess. They're going to knock over all the pieces, shit all over the board, and then strut away like they won. So forget the debate. If a frauditor comes onto my show, it's just going to be me just talking crap about them. And if they don't like it, they can leave. I'll still talk crap about them even after they're gone. But the difference is they could be here to respond to it.
The time for debate with them is over. Their debates are pointless and meaningless. They know nothing. Yo, Uncle Artie, my friend.
Hey, Uncle Artie. Oh, can't hear you.
Give him a moment, guys.
All right. Oh.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, Uncle Artie, how you doing?
Sir. Tired. Started a new job. That's why I've been laying low lately.
Hey, it's fine. In fact, somebody even said that frauders put out tons of content because they have no job. The anti-frauder crowd, we put out less videos because we all have jobs, but our fewer videos have better quality than their 10 videos a day.
Here's the ironic thing. For the past year, I haven't worked, but that's out of my own choice. But I'm bored, and I went back to work. So I want to end up putting out less content, but not as bad. But kind of switching format a little bit. I'm going to be doing kind of like what I did last week. Kind of like Mystery Science Theater 3000 shit.
Hell yeah. Yeah, we got to do more. Yeah, I definitely got to be there for you. I do have a suggestion for your next one. Can we do Sword Art Online Abridged?
I was thinking of doing the Kung Fu movie. There's one I really want to do.
We can totally
it is
do that.
Terrible. I mean, you got two twin girls fighting two twin apes. Like, you tell those guys of gorilla suits. I mean, oh my God, it's terrible.
Okay, you have piqued my interest. I'm in. Count me in. I'll even bring the popcorn.
Yeah, that sounds like something. That'd be weird to watch.
So, so what
already
stuff I got referenced today by Kate and Court?
Okay, yeah. So we watched the Frog released the second the trial they had on the 10th, and she referenced you and Blue Bacon because of the threats that Chillie had given you guys.
Yeah, because that's how she established. That's how she established the letter. The cease and desist letter came from him because you guys both received your own, and they were identical. So that establishes, okay, they all came from Chillie, not from someone else.
Yep.
Oh yeah. The thing is that you can also see in there where in that email, he basically says he doesn't care whether he wins or loses, just as long as we have to waste our money on it.
Yeah, that's what she reads. Yeah, we're definitely going to be listening to that in a minute or two. By the way, quick shout out to Mr. Sunset Theater. If you want to come on, I can send you a link as well. I DM'd you in Discord to ask. So if you're interested, just let me know. I got Discord open, and we'd be happy to have you on.
Yeah, I would also like to give a shout out to Mando Mike. He's a friend of mine, runs a channel. If you've ever checked them out, Tones, he's cool peoples. Definitely.
Yeah, I'll be definitely. I think I've subscribed to everybody, but not. I'll check back if I'm not subscribed yet to you.
Oh no! Why'd you have to go and insult me like that? You're not supposed to subscribe to me.
You know what? I unsubscribed and then I subscribed again, so I can do it twice.
Damn! What's wrong with you people?
I would unsubscribe to subscribe a second time.
Yeah, right.
Same
you
thing.
Bastard! How dare you?
Cat girl.
Hey, cat girl. Hey, girl. What you doing?
Hello there.
Anyways.
All right. So
let's continue on.
Yeah, let's finish this up because we want to get to the main event.
Absolutely.
The judge will hear you and hear from her and decide if the standard for issuance of such an order is met. I'll try to do that on a short order of notice. Are you staying in the area?
Yes.
Okay. So we'll put it on for a hearing.
Why? He didn't stay in the area.
Yeah, he didn't.
June 16th. How about the 16th? Does that work for you, sir?
Can I video conference in from June 16th?
Then I guess you're not going to stay in the area.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm going to go through some of the super chats before they get too long.
Let's skip ahead.
Yeah, we can skip through that.
Advantage if there.
There we go.
I'm studying for the California State Bar. So I have a
Nice.
bar group next week, 7 days straight, 10 hours a day to pass.
Lies.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Where's he at, by the way?
Who knows where he is now? I mean,
So the last we saw him, we were thinking he might have been in Alabama. Certain roads he had mentioned, certain towns he had mentioned that he was in Alabama, but he's apparently heading back to California.
I was gonna say, where's Kate and her elite team of Chillie trackers when you need them? I mean, shouldn't they know where he is 24 hours a day?
Here's the thing with Chillie's criminal record, and now he's got that damn bench worn out.
Yeah.
Morals. Oh God, I forget the name of it. His morals, or whatever you want to call it, will get him barred from taking the test, or even.
For sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I caught a little bit of Kick and Natalie talking about that.
It's called the baby bar. I think that's what he's going to take.
Yes, I think that's what he's also going to take.
Yeah. Also, no worries, Mr. Softset. Next time.
About 20% of people pass that. Anyway, sorry.
Oh, no worries. No, I'm sorry. I was just giving a quick shout out to Mr. Softset. He couldn't.
I'm trying not to hold.
I don't care. I mean, the way I see it, I ramble senselessly. So if other people want to chime in, please. It makes me less nervous because that's why I don't stream much.
Hold on. Let me do something here.
But just I mean, someone said, I think somebody mentioned he went to Alabama for family time. I think I missed that.
I wonder if there's any truth that Josh Abrams had said that in a few weeks he's going to go down to Columbia to see his brother, or at least he's going to move down there.
Hey, Miss Mandy.
Hey, Miss Mandy. Hi, Mom.
Hi, Mr. Mandy.
Hey, if you want to join, I can send you a link.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah, I'll drop the link in Discord in case
Yeah, why not?
I'm not sure if she's still working on the stream with Kick and Natalie.
Actually,
hey, there's Uncle Artie. Love the glasses.
I love the glasses.
Yeah, and that's not for my dog. That's herpes. You know, it should be here. That's herpes, not a dog scratching me.
Oh God!
Hold on, guys. I got a quick phone call real quick.
Yeah, no worries.
You know, but I still got my California hair.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. Well, I don't think he can go to Las Vegas theater. I think he is. Doesn't he have a warrant there too?
I thought it was Arizona.
Well, I hope it's Nevada, because I mean, if he can't come back into California through Nevada, he'll have to bypass me entirely. I don't want him driving through my town. Damn it!
Not unless he drives, letter of the law below the speed limit.
Yeah, just not get caught.
Yeah, I'm afraid that they don't do a license plate check or whatever.
Joshua Lee for $5. The only way to have Chillie pass the bar is to have someone toss him across one.
Well, shit, he sure the hell ain't going to be going past my bar.
I was gonna say the only way he could pass a bar is if someone force feeds him one.
Shit, I'll bury him under a bar.
Yeah. Miss Mandy, I'm doing very well. Thank you for asking.
Hi, Mr. Mandy.
I was gonna say, and you are welcome to join us. I did send you a link via Discord. I know you might have just got off a stream with Kick and Natalie. So, but if you got the energy in you to see some more Chillie DeCastro, you're always welcome. But
I turned my TV on to YouTube and I seen you were live. I'm like, hey.
2000. I actually have not seen that video. I keep forgetting to go looking for it, but I'm not sure if I want to see it, because it's like the moment I see it, I'm going to be seeing freaking red. It's like that. I mean, that was, if there is video of him doing that, I'm sure there is, but I mean, that's a dick move. I'm sorry. It's like, I mean, I've seen videos of people trashing memorials, when someone has died. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, there was that one jackass who filmed himself doing it, like stomping candles and stuff. It's like, and Flower's like, what kind of a shit person are you?
Between Forney and Dallas, and I didn't know anything about it. If I would have known about it when I was doing my live streams looking for him, whoo! Me and him ended up going blow to blow.
Yeah, like I always say, God help any frauditor that I meet face to face, because I if they piss me off enough, I don't know what's going to happen.
Well,
it's like
here's the thing that really makes it touch home for me. The last time I went up to Seattle, the end of March, there was a cop the Friday before. Officer Rocha had been shot twice and got ran over by a guy, and they were doing it. They had his cruiser out on the street corner and all that by the police station, and different cops from different precincts would do like a cruiser watch, and they did it the whole time. And I dedicated the live stream to him, and Dutch was on the line helping me with it.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm not making much sense. I'm literally tired.
Oh, no, it's no worries, man. I mean, I'm glad to hear you. If you need to duck out whenever you do to go to bed, that's fine.
Oh no, if I go to bed, I'm going to end up jerking it to Anthony's voice.
It's not the first. It wouldn't be his first time. I'm just saying. I got a very nice voice.
There goes my family-friendly policy.
there was a policy. That's not law.
Well, it was more. Well, exactly.
I'm sorry, don't leave.
Yeah. All right. Good night, Miss Mandy. We'll see you again sometime.
I'll tell you, Mistress Mandy's. She's downright cute.
Oh yeah, she's wonderful. I mean, she helps out a lot of people out there.
Cute. At least to me, she is.
Yeah. All right, so let's let's get back into this. Oh boy.
Actually, we're really gonna try and take the California bar. That would be hilarious.
Why can't? What I understand though is that Massachusetts adopted many video rules because of COVID.
Training orders and harassment orders, it works best if we do it here in the building, and the current rules for the Massachusetts courts are that
he's going to start having his meltdown when he didn't get exactly what he wanted.
I'm an official. I'm an official California resident, ma'am. Officially, I live in California, and that's what. But no, I'm not going to be here for that long. I'm here for a few more days, and then I have a study group.
What happened to Ironton being his hometown?
I know.
Does that include social media, so she can't harass me through social media? Because what?
Real quick, my understanding is California is one of the very rare states where you do not have to have graduated from an ABA accredited law school to take the bar. California is one of those very, very, very few states that allow that.
Oh, Miss Mandy's here.
She does.
Hey, Miss Mandy.
Miss Mandy.
Hello.
Oh, I'm not sure we can hear you.
Okay.
No, yeah,
I'm telling you, look at her. She's cute as hell. She's getting sporting them silver headphones tonight.
Yep.
So because I will say this, me and Miss Mandy talked because of delete laws, she feels apprehensive about the headphones, and I feel the same way now. I feel like now I can't wear over-the-ear headphones like that.
Oh no, Mistress Mandy, she rock or whatever she wears, she rocks it.
Oh, you sound very faint, Mandy.
She didn't say anything.
Oh yeah, sure. Oh, sorry. We'll keep the video going just because we got a lot ahead of us.
Yep.
Put it on for a two-party hearing. I will put it on next week. If there's a day that next week you can do, and we'll get notice for it.
I can do the 6th, 7th, or 8th.
What time is it?
To give our staff whatever staff should be.
So the earliest we can probably do is the 10th, because we've got, it's Friday afternoon, so this notice won't go out.
I can do it the 10th. I'll stay in town.
We'll put it on the 10th. We'll have a two-party hearing on the 10th. Both parties will get notice.
Is there any way I can video up here? I don't understand why I
No,
can't.
you have to be here in person.
So this time we have to be
here in person.
This time we have to be
Video, but this I can't do on the video.
because
Thank you for trying to go for the 99 cents per jet.
I had it. I wasn't done. But how?
He's being ignored.
So rude. Why can't?
Denied.
Can't do a video conference. I didn't get to tell me the reason why.
I have no idea. Fog repair ship. I think Pope mentioned that Virginia might be another style of that.
Sorry, just skipping past Artie. Sorry, Artie. Oh, no, Mandy, I still can't hear you.
Of the,
How many oops would I get before you arrested me?
Oh, here we go.
How many oops? I'm just asking.
Yep, here you go.
How many oops before you arrested me?
he's so fucking mad.
What?
Would I get 3 oops? Would I get 2 oops? How many oops would it be before you put me?
How about now?
Oh, we can hear you now, man.
Perfect.
Okay, sorry about that.
Oh, no worries.
My
Glad to hear you.
headphones died on me.
Virginia
How many oops would I get?
are the 3 states that allow.
Hey, Uncle Artie.
So that's it.
Oh, that was the end of it. All right. So, I mean, I know somewhere in there he was trash talking the bailiff, but he's going to be saying garbage in the other one for sure. But yeah, welcome, Miss Mandy.
Hey, sorry about that.
Oh, no worries. I mean, when you said bye in the chat, I thought you were calling it a night, but I'm glad to have you on.
Yeah, I'm not going to be on but a few minutes. I'm sorry. I just wanted to bring you a link that is apparently broken now of a new video of Chillie. But
what did he do?
He apparently we were questioning earlier if he was an only child because of the way he acts like a little brat and
His entitlement.
yeah. He apparently talked about his siblings in a live stream earlier.
Oh yeah, I mean, he mentioned that. In fact, in this video, yeah, he does talk
yeah?
about how his parents got phone calls, his siblings got phone calls, and yet, according to Kate, she has never contacted any of his family. So, not sure who's calling them.
Yeah,
probably other family members or friends who see their, this guy on YouTube, wondering like why is he doing this? Is he okay? It's like, don't you guys have a responsibility to look after him if he's mentally screwed up?
Mention 2 brothers that have protective orders.
Oh, geez. Look who's here.
Oh, hello, Joshy. How you doing tonight?
Oh, you're right. It is painful to watch your name scroll by.
Yeah, it's tough. Yeah, you know what? It's real painful to see you in here.
Yeah, it is painful.
I used to be nice to you until you started being a jackass. So no, I'm not going to be nice to you anymore. Sorry.
Yeah. No one here is going to be nice to you, Josh. So if you've come in here looking for attention, you've found the wrong one.
Oh yeah, tonight. I mean, we got a lot to do, Josh. So this, under normal circumstances, I'd say, you know what, I'll drop a link. Come on, and let's have at it. But you know what, this is a day we're going to be, just laughing at Chillie, and we'll get to laughing at you at some point.
You can stay here, and if we have time, we'll laugh at you later. I mean, we're still laughing at you. Don't get me wrong.
Hold on. I'm gonna laugh at you right now.
Who are you laughing at?
Oh yeah, just
broken broken trust.
Yeah, I mean, if that is the real broken sister, broken trust, yeah, oh yeah, not tonight.
Oh, what we call somebody like him how he got kicked out of the Marines, we call him a shitbird.
Oh yeah, and look, and broken sister, broken trust. We already said we're not going to have you on, so like dismissing a police officer, we beat you to it. So
Right.
So you're dismissed, Josh.
CPS ought to fucking take your kids away from you, bastard.
I'm not sure if you've heard Uncle Artie. He's I mean, to my knowledge, he's just couch surfing. Right? Dawn and the kids, they're not living with him.
Oh, good. He doesn't deserve them. When frauding is more important than providing for his fucking kids, piece of shit, you're not a man.
Yeah, oh yeah, definitely. But then again, as Josh said, we all got to make sacrifices, right?
Yeah, no, I've made way more sacrifices for my
punch you in the
children than
face
Josh could ever
for
think to
for
ever
being a
make.
piece of
Hey,
shit.
Josh, let me ask you a question. You still out there getting arrested and not taking care of your kids? I'm sure you are. Last I checked, I'm pretty sure your sister had custody of them. There's a reason for that.
Yeah, is it because you got to get money and all that shit?
Hmm.
Dude, you know, as pissed off as I am right now, I would beat the shit out of you.
Is it the corporation broken? Is that what
God,
it
you're
is?
a fucking piece of shit.
It's the corporation coming after you? The corporate fiction? Fuck you.
Hey, Mando Mike says he'd be happy to join us. So if,
Oh, yeah.
if you got the
let me
link,
shoot him the
Anthony.
link. Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, I'm
Well,
just
anyways,
getting very
give it
foul
to you,
mood and
Amanda.
tired, so fuck it.
Hey, Uncle Artie.
Hi, baby. How you doing?
How are you?
Yeah,
I'm
we'll
doing
go back to
good.
all of us for a minute. Just to.
Cranky a little bit now that I know some piece of shit's in the chat.
Yeah, I mean that is if it is the real him. I mean, let me verify.
I'm surprised.
Because I know there's a
It
troll.
is. I checked it out.
Oh, he is. He found out he's got content on his channel. It's him.
Yeah, it's him.
Yeah. So, like I said,
Well, here's the
John,
thing. That son of a bitch
I'm
won't fucking
surprised with
engage me.
Masshole being live.
Yeah.
Hey,
No, he ain't
Mando,
saying jack
DM
shit
sent.
about me calling him out. Not that I'm some badass, but when you got a fucking real Marine calling him out, calling him a piece of shit.
I don't even think he's worthy of the title. I mean, and I will. And by the way, Josh, I will say for the record, on the record, let the record show. Yes, you were other than honorably discharged. But let's remember something. What does it mean to be other than honorable? What choices are left? Oh yeah, dishonorable.
Yeah.
So you are dishonored, just not on paper.
What
So,
was his other than honorable?
General
what
discharge.
was it for?
Well, Miss Manny, other than honorable, I mean, I'm sure Blue Bacon could probably explain it better than me, but
sure.
it basically just means you are dishonorably discharged in everything but an official capacity. So basically means like you are kicked out because you've acted dishonorably, but it's not on record.
Fired.
Yeah, you got fired, but they didn't you know.
And still a custodial parent.
Josh, just because you wrote custodial parent, probably written incorrectly on a scrap piece of paper, doesn't make it true.
Yeah, Josh, we're really not in the mood to listen to you lie through your tooth.
Yeah, anyways, back to what we were doing. Hey, Mando.
Yeah, Mando Mike's here.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Hey, Mando.
Hey, Mando.
Man,
like your normal
you have no idea how hard it is to type out all the things I want to say about big tits, little dick Chillie.
Well, we're gonna get to hear him get his ass handed to him.
Dude.
For sure.
He needs it, man.
Be glorious.
Like seriously, my grandmother with her walker could beat his ass.
Oh, I'm sure of it. Hey, Kick.
Yo, Kick.
I dropped a link in the Discord I'm in with you if you want to come in.
And let him come up because my throat is killing me. So
bye,
guys.
All right, good night, Mandy.
Bye, Mom.
Bye, guys.
Love you. Bye.
Love.
All right. Well, yeah, Kick. If you want to. Oh, he said
he was on with Natalie Lorachik tonight. Totally.
Yeah, that's true.
That was awesome live stream.
Well, I mean, it's glad of you to admit that, Josh. I mean,
right?
2013, you got convicted for domestic violence. So
You know what, Josh? I guess I'm not needed here. You're better at making yourself look bad than I am. So
domestic.
I'm still gonna be here to call you a piece of shit.
Oh Jesus! No.
What?
Hey, Joshy Poo, why don't you play a new game? Drink everything under the kitchen sink.
No, I do not condone for people to self take forever naps. That is one of my rules. I do not I mean, don't get me wrong. I will tell an auditor to go audit a minefield because that is technically government property. So
for how worthless he is. Oh my God!
Yes, Kick.
Oh my God! Thank you.
Oh.
What'd Kick say?
Yeah, he says the sun sets for everyone, but dawn only comes for some. And not Josh.
I made dawn come for me before.
Oh God! Oh jeez.
You know what? I just want to point out. I just want to point out how much of a ass Josh is by the fact that he's doxed so many people in this community and thinks that it's an honorable thing to do.
Yeah, it ain't. I mean, how many threats did you give to make to go audit K-Far's house or his
how many times
school?
did you threaten K-Far's kids and his wife and K-Far himself? Huh? And don't give me that crap that he threatened you because he never did. He just exposed you for the asshole and the idiot that you are. Grow up.
Yeah. I just find it funny that he kept coming after me. Sometimes it's like, I mean, dude, I stopped making videos about you months ago. I mean, were you feeling needy? Was that the problem? You know,
he won't even acknowledge me.
He's in Michigan.
He won't even acknowledge me. Now his reason is because I'm mean. I think the real reason is because I don't have that many subscribers to gain his attention, so he can go clout chasing. Can he? Can you, Josh? Maybe it's because most of the people on my channel wouldn't subscribe to you in the first place, so there's no clout to get.
Hold on. Josh is afraid of mean people. So
yeah,
what the hell? Are you afraid of real life because everybody fucking hates you because you're a piece of shit?
Yeah, that sums it up. Yeah, I mean, you know, on one last, I mean, we definitely got to get back on track. But last thing I'm going to say about Josh, that he gets on and he asks me about like, oh, you know, about like how much money do I make, you know, off of his videos. It's like Josh, I already told you why, and I'll even tell it on the record here. I tallied up every dime I ever made from any video I ever made about him, and in 6 months' time, I think I made like, I know I'm not probably going to get it slightly wrong, but I think it was like less than $600. It's like Josh, you're not even in 6 months of dealing with you, you're not even worth half my mortgage payment. That's how little you are worth.
Josh, $600. That's probably about how much he's ever made after he got out of the Marines.
Josh, look at it this way. I make fun of you on my channel for free. I make no money from what I do here. I do this for fun and to expose you guys. So I make no money from this. This is just my pure enjoyment of verbally destroying you assholes and showing the rest of the world that you guys are assholes. That's why I do it.
Yeah, I mean, and as I said, even though I made some money off of Josh's videos, like if I don't make a dime off of some of these videos, I don't care. It's not even my primary income. I have a full-time job. I own my home and I do all this stuff. I have a life. I do this because it's fun. And yeah, exactly. if I'm making money, I really do it just as a spite for them, because it's like, well, hey, more people are going to come to watch me talk about how much of an idiot you are than people are going to watch you just being an idiot.
And besides, who gives a fuck if you're making money or not? Good for you.
Right? Yeah. This is America, where you can make money off of almost anything.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's pretty funny on how much of a loser you are, and somebody's making money off of you.
Well, no, I mean, I asked Josh. I had to ask Josh. Well, I had to ask Josh. You know, how does it feel, Josh, to know that a person who is deceased is more loved and respected than you are?
Mm-hmm. And always will be.
Yeah, you know, R.I.P. SC. Just saying, you know, like more.
We
people,
love you, Big Cat.
Yeah. Well, yeah, more people love and respect that man in death than they ever have you in life.
Well, I mean, that's one thing I've noticed about doing all this is they all have the same fucking script. They say they have millions of subscribers. They say they get millions of views, so that it's like a fucking ego trip for them. In real life, nobody will touch them for free. Nobody would touch them with a 10-foot clown pole. So the only way they can feel any kind of love is to come on YouTube and act like fucking idiots.
I've always said frauditors do what they do because they don't want to take responsibility. They feel like if there's other people to blame for their woes in life, they don't have to feel bad for anything they've done. It's just an escape for them. They just figure, I don't want to think I'm a bad person. So if I think everybody's wrong and everybody's bad, then I could feel, you know, like I'm not shit.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, we're getting derailed here. It's like, let's just watch Chillie. Yeah, Josh, I'm not.
You sit in the chat and I don't know.
Well, here's my rule. Mods. I'm someone. I did mute Josh for a while, but you know, I let him come back on because at the end of the day, hey, you know, if we're going to defend free speech, let's do it the right way.
Absolutely.
Josh, you could direct any of your insults towards me. Chances are I'm not going to read them. I'm not going to pay attention. But if you start screwing with anybody else in the chat, you know, whether they're here or not, mods, you have my permission to mute him.
He's so much pussy to engage me. That's pretty sad, too.
He's scared of me, so
yeah. Well, I was gonna say if he starts being disrespectful, like I said, mods, you know what to do with him. You know,
let him go after me all he wants. I would have
All right,
dropped.
okay. Anyone other than pretty much, if anyone, how should I put it? If he goes against anyone and that person comments back that they don't like it, then
kick him.
Then fine, yeah, do it. Yeah, Mr. Soft Set Theater. Yeah, if you mute him, that's fine, or put him in timeout, that's fine. And when he comes back, he's just gonna have to learn to either go away or be more respectful. That's my policy.
I say
I got a few things to take care of before I can crush. Thanks for having me up, dude.
Oh yeah, it's our pleasure,
thanks,
Uncle Harvey. You're always welcome.
Later, brother.
Later. I'll be thinking about you later, Anthony. Nudge,
I know you will. Make sure you touch yourself extra good.
Tell Hikari I said thank you for letting me have you.
She's a sharer.
Oh, jeez.
All right, later.
This. I mean, I love watching all you guys get together and do this stuff like on your stream. So it's like it's fun to have you guys here.
I like having fun. I always thought there's a line in Family Guy where Chris says if I didn't learn to laugh at myself, I would have killed myself. Basically, that's how I kind of live. I always have to laugh, even when something's kind of sad and things like that. And I get depressed because without laughter, I'll feel nothing. So I always have to try to make myself laugh. These guys always provide that in spades.
That's what I always think is, life is too damn serious to begin with. Yeah. I got to make fun of some people. I got to have some damn fun. And frauditors, man, they just make it too damn easy.
Oh, they do. They do. They are. It's such a wonderful thing. Like not what they do. I think what they do is shit. But they make it so easy to laugh at, because you just look at this. It's like the lack of self-awareness is just ridiculously on display, and it's like, and if you're with, it's easy to make fun of them, but like when you want to debunk them, that takes a little effort. And you get to feel good about yourself afterwards, because it's like, you know what? No matter what these idiots say, it's okay. You don't have to worry about them proving you wrong, because let's be honest, they don't have a snowball's chance in hell.
And especially, well, especially since I found Ironton Auditor. Yeah, he's actually one of the few good auditors that I know of. And
exactly.
You can ask Anthony. I've had this kid on the damn channel before, and it's got to the point where it's so fucking stupid. He wants to argue the point of post office audits, and I've just bumped him not only with their favorite section of Poster 7, but with fucking Supreme Court law. I was like, dude, no matter what I say, he's always denying it. And it's like, all right, you know what? You drank that Kool-Aid. Good luck. I just hope you don't do like the rest of these fucking frauditors, where they all have a criminal history, whether it's drugs, whether it's domestic violence, whether it's raping kids. They all fucking do that. And he's like, oh, no, they don't. And his idol is barrier transparency, and that motherfucker has a criminal history.
Yeah.
So his thing was like, his thing was, he started saying, oh, well, are you sure he was guilty? I'm like, dude, he was fucking proven in court of law.
And that was a shock, because this kid is young. He's an 18-year-old kid. He doesn't know anything yet, and he's sitting here defending Earl David Warden. And I'm like, is this really where you want to go? Is this the direction you've chosen, that you're going to defend this guy when a court has deemed him guilty, and they're going to do that with evidence? They're not going to just go, okay, well, yeah, they said so he's guilty. And this kid's kid's sitting there like, where's the evidence of it? Dude, the court doesn't have to show you evidence to prove anything.
Like PayPal Patty, it's what I always said. If you're some young kid and you want to worship Earl David Warden, enjoy it while it lasts, because when you get a little older, he's going to lose interest in you. I mean, think about it. He stopped hanging out with Patty after he reached a certain age.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Anyway, so
there are patterns. Let's be honest with ourselves, guys.
Well, listen, I vote that we give Josh his real life experience, and we leave him for somebody with bigger tits.
All right, so let's get back to this. I mean, let's just
get started with it.
Yeah, let's just hear Chillie get absolutely destroyed.
In the what? In the Ironton Tribune, Ironton, Ohio. He runs a YouTube channel with approximately 41,000 subscribers. He often live broadcasts himself to hundreds of people.
Shout out to Kate, by the way. She owns him in this.
He is credited on some small bit roles in some feature films, not feature films, but independent films on IMDb. He purports himself to be an entrepreneur. He purports himself to be a constitutional law scholar, despite having absolutely no law education whatsoever, nor any credentials. So Mr. DeCastro runs a YouTube channel by the name of Delete Laws. It is a generally anti-government, anti-police YouTube channel. I do run the YouTube channel Masshole Report. I've been doing so for approximately 3 years. Generally, we take a more, I would say, balanced sort of approach to the community that he's in, which would be the First Amendment auditors, sometimes veering into sovereign citizens. So what we do essentially is we research these individuals who go out in public with this anti-government, anti-police rhetoric, and we try to present more of a robust sort of picture as to who they are as individuals, what may be driving their rhetoric, and let viewers then make a determination as to what they really want to listen to as far as what they're saying. Mr. DeCastro was submitted to me by my viewers approximately 2 months ago. It took a little bit of research. I have not called his friends and family. He can only reference one phone call with David Condon because that is the only phone call that I made. It was directly to question him about a failed venture that looks quite a bit like a Ponzi scheme for an app called Coded Friends that never came into fruition. It looks like he took some investor money, he inserted it into some kind of low-level promotional materials and then was never able to come up with a product. So Mr. Condon and I did have a conversation. He relayed to
Not
me,
surprised.
he didn't really understand the purpose of what he was investing in. He did have good things to say about Mr. DeCastro. Through other avenues, I have spoken to people who have alleged that Mr. DeCastro has engaged in things like blackmail in the past. He is the recipient of over a dozen harassment and restraining orders over his lifetime. He does have a conviction, I believe, out of...
There's the idiot himself.
I want to say Alaska for harassment.
Well, I want to point out something Kick said in his stream. If you notice, he was in the fucking closet of his hotel room. And again, shout out to Kick for pointing it out. And I guess it's because when he was in the Airbnbs, he kept getting called out for his somehow legal, maybe-ish firearm he has.
Oh, yeah. In fact, she covers that as well in this. Yeah, just like that. That is the face of a man who just, like, you could just see his spirit is breaking already.
Well, he knows he fucked up. It's one thing to say shit on YouTube and to do shit on YouTube, but you got a court of law, you better fucking prove it.
Exactly. And you're going to hear him mention all kinds of stuff. It's like, I mean, he's accusing her of perjury, and it's like, there's nothing Kate would say in this that we haven't all collectively watched him do on the internet. And I love how he talks about how he's not a public figure. Like, sorry, pal, you are. You are.
Second,
okay, I'm a public figure. We're all public figures in a way.
Well, the second he announced he was going to run for any office, whether it was California, Ohio, wherever the fuck he thought he was going to be the dog catcher of, the second he does that, he makes himself an official public figure.
Yeah.
So his expectation of privacy is shot out the window. If
Absolutely,
he wants to
especially
feel
when
safe,
he's in public.
Yeah, and if he wants to feel safe, he better pay for it himself because he's not a government official, so the government's not going to pay for it. And honestly, going after a woman like Kate, dude, seriously, you really want bad press before you even started your campaign?
Yeah, exactly. It's like if you really wanted to run, it's like all anyone has to do is play the videos of him, threatening to knock out a unarmed woman at a Memorial Day parade whose only reason for being there was so that he would stop yelling at kids to not trust cops and that cops will let them get shot or something. It's like, yeah, that's really going to help get you some votes. I mean, if I recall, Andrew Sheets, I don't want to go too far off topic here, but Andrew Sheets, he tried to run for sheriff. He got like less than 0.02% of the vote or something. And when you see the videos of him talking about running for sheriff, it is cringe. It is absolute cringe. I mean, he just goes off on these rants. It's like, dude, you're not on a YouTube channel. You're trying to run for an elected position. And you're within minutes, you're giving everyone the message that you're crazy.
Yeah, well, could you imagine the first campaign video against Chillie? Like, if he ever did actually run the first.
Well, technically, it's already out. It's the one I made him.
Yeah, it would be, but it would be exactly that. It would be videos of him yelling at cops, videos of him yelling at children, telling them not trust cops. It'd just be all that, and you'd be like, and no one within their right mind is going to be like, yeah, this is the guy for me.
Yeah, exactly. Anyways, we'll get back on here. But yeah, you could say this is the longest I've ever seen him be quiet. You could just tell he's pissed.
we provide them on YouTube. Mr. DeCastro has actually made it quite clear in his testimony, his intentions here today, what he wants to do is chill my free speech. He wants to prohibit me from putting this information out in public so that he can control the narrative with his viewers and continue to solicit funds from them. I have not made $6,000 on speaking with them. My channel is monetized. We make a very small amount of money. I maintain a full-time job. I'm a property manager. This is not my only avenue as far as any sort of revenue would be concerned. I have not called Mr. DeCastro. I'm happy to provide the court with my phone number. He will not have my phone number registered on those call logs. What Mr. DeCastro is leaving out on 3 different occasions while broadcasting himself to hundreds of people, Mr. DeCastro spoke out his own phone number. So he did that as recently as last night. He has obviously, he's a divisive individual who is engaged in some activities that a large amount of people take exception to. I could point to no less than 5 other YouTube channels that also cover him in a negative light. So when he speaks out his phone number in public like that, he is going to attract people. I have no control over who calls him. I don't. I would suggest to Mr. DeCastro that if he doesn't want to get calls from strangers on the internet, it would be prudent to not broadcast your number on the internet. But I have not directed anyone.
Super good idea.
I have not engaged in that myself, and I have no control over what other people do. He is continuing to reference my Discord. So I have what's called a Discord server. It is essentially a messaging and community sort of app. I have approximately 1,600 people in that Discord. I do not control what they say or do. We have very basic guidelines as far as we don't allow racist or homophobic or any sort of ableist speech in there, and we don't allow credible threats of violence. Outside of that, I do not restrict the free speech of my users. They're not tracking him.
Sorry, really quick. Where happened? Oh, and Mr. Substitute, like, yeah, I appreciate it if you're gonna, keep an eye on Josh. But like I said, I don't, you don't have to keep doing that. Don't abuse the wrench. Just like I said, if he steps out of line and starts saying things he shouldn't be saying, I mean, he could say whatever he wants about me. He could say whatever he wants about Uncle Artie, or anyone on the panel doesn't have a problem with it. But if he's being like really disrespectful or saying some pretty crap stuff, yeah, by all means, just time him out. But yeah, you don't have to constantly, hound him or anything. And so just a reminder to the mods, like let him make a fool of himself. That's fine. Just only do anything if he's being too disrespectful.
By any nefarious or illegal means. The name Masshole Mafia Hit Squad obviously is satirical. It's because this is sort of the way that we are framed by people such as Mr. DeCastro. They treat us as sort of I believe we've actually been called a mafia by some of the subjects that we cover. So it is satirical. It's been in existence for 3 years now, far before I even know who Mr. DeCastro was. So we did not create that with the explicit idea of following him. What he's referencing is something called Chillie Watch. It's in there. It's where people watch his videos. Anytime they are tracking any of his movement, and I say tracking very loosely, what they are doing is they are watching him broadcast himself. So this is publicly available information that Mr. DeCastro, again, himself is broadcasting to the internet.
Yeah, if he doesn't want people to know where he is, don't film where you are and say where you are.
I would direct you back to the screenshot when you do receive that. They didn't take pictures of his house. What they did was they posted a listing for the Airbnb and said this matches where he's broadcasting.
Oh, wipe that smile off your face.
That was not me. He like, I had nothing to do with that. I didn't see anything at that point worth deleting, as it was a public Airbnb listing. I don't know much about anyone contacting the Airbnb. I would surmise that if they were contacted, it's because Mr. DeCastro is currently on the run from a warrant out of Ohio. He is carrying firearms that he did not procure in a legal way. He does have 2 permanent restraining orders taken out on him out of the state of California. I've been in contact with at least one of the plaintiffs in those cases.
Oh, he's
they
mad.
Are terrified of him. And he is carrying a firearm anyway. He waves them around on these live streams a lot. So I would surmise that if someone had contacted the Airbnb, it was because he was broadcasting himself, waving around a firearm, and they were concerned by that. I have never threatened any physical harm on Mr. DeCastro. However, Mr. DeCastro on several occasions has made threats to me. During the parade incident that he references, he threatened to knock me on the ground, knock me unconscious. He asked the police for permission to pepper spray me. I never bumped into him. What he was doing, and a police officer actually witnessed this, as well as I have a witness here, the colleague that he said that he was here to film with is actually in the courtroom today. What Mr. DeCastro was doing as I was exercising my First Amendment right to be in public and film him, is he would stop short, he would take a couple steps back, and he would body check himself into me. At one point, he elbowed me so hard that my phone fell out of my hand. That's on camera as well. He did go to the police. It's not a criminal report that they took. It was an investigative report. I spoke to them. I explained to them that he was broadcasting himself at a Memorial Day parade, again, openly in public. During the course of this Memorial Day parade, the Stoneham police received, I believe, somewhere around 12 to 14 calls about Mr. DeCastro because he was approaching families with young children and yelling at the children and scaring them, telling them that the police will rape them, that the police will put them in a cage, don't trust the police, above parents' objections. So when I saw this, I did at that point go to essentially flip the script on Mr. DeCastro and engage in the activities that these First Amendment auditors would, which is to stand in public and film and engage at a reasonable distance. The only person that was battered during that entire incident was me. He shoved me several times, he body checked me, he elbowed me. This was witnessed by probably hundreds of people as well as several officers in uniform.
I watched him do it. I was covering his live stream when he did it.
Also has sent me, he calls his officials.
Yeah, you were there too, Anthony.
There were implicit threats in that as well. If you'd like, I can read that to you right now.
You can read that into the
Sure. He goes, all right, 2 mass hole reports.
Well, was this communicated to you via email?
So essentially what he had done is he had requested that Josh Abrams, who was in the courtroom today, send this to me via Facebook Messenger as an official cease and desist. When I then went up in public and said, you're sending me an official cease and desist third party through Facebook Messenger and you consider yourself to be a constitutional law expert. The next day, he responded by then copying the majority of this into an email and then emailing it to me. He is also copied and pasted this exact, what I'm about to read you in its entirety, and he sent it to 3 other individuals as well.
And is this from a email address or is this from a...
DeleteLaws@gmail.com, yes, sir.
What is it?
DeleteLaws@gmail.com.
Okay. And when did you receive this?
I'm sorry. I actually had this sent back over to me. I don't have great cell phone service in here.
How do you know that this email was sent by Mr. DeCastro?
Here it comes.
The email address. So the original communication that I received was, again, Facebook Messenger, third party through Joshua Abrams, who indicated Jose DeCastro has asked me to send this to you. I then further corroborated that it did come from him because 2 other individuals, a YouTuber that goes by the name Blue Bacon and a YouTuber that goes by the name of Uncle Artie, they received verbatim this exact same message from DeleteLaws@gmail.com, which is listed or was at one point listed on his YouTube channel publicly as his email address.
Okay.
So it goes 2 mass hole reports. It's been brought to my attention that you reported I have a criminal record. You have 24 hours to retract your statement or face a lawsuit for defamation. If you do not retract your statement publicly, I will file a lawsuit against you for defamation via slander. Your continued policy and practice, standard of operation, proves a pattern of harassment, and at this point, I'm willing to take legal action. And I would pause and just interject here that at this point, I have had no contact with Mr. DeCastro, so this is the first point of contact right here. I have documented that I've asked you to leave me alone. I've documented that I forcefully, with vulgarity, told you to leave me alone, and then I've documented the last time you contacted me to leave you alone. And again, I would interject and say that he is saying these things, but he could provide no proof of any contact at this point because I had not contacted him. This was the first time that I had received any contact whatsoever. You are disseminating.
I do need to pause for a second because there's a point in his original letter. I'm sure Kate's read it multiple times, but he's saying all this stuff. He has no proof of anything that he's claiming. And at some point in this letter, it's going to change from being what's supposed to be an official legal document, and I'm using air quotes here, a cease and desist letter, and it's going to basically turn into essentially a vitriolic threatening letter. It's like, for this guy, all of his talk about wanting to take the bar, become a law scholar, and all this stuff, like, he has absolutely no sense of decorum or even proper etiquette when it comes to being in a courtroom or practicing law.
No,
like, at all.
Not.
It's like
honestly, I don't see him. First off, I don't see him passing the bar. There's too many questions past number 10 that he wouldn't understand.
Oh, yeah.
I don't even think he'd be able to write his damn name in properly. But let's assume that somehow he did pass the bar. nobody's going to fucking hire him. His criminal record, nobody's going to hire him.
He'd be a liability. I mean, it's just like, I mean, you can, I mean, the stuff he does, if he was acting in an official capacity representing any law firm and he wrote that kind of letter to somebody, like, I mean, as we'll hear in a moment, like that's grounds for law, for them getting sued. That's, he would be too much of a liability to any firm. No one would take him on. And if he wanted to practice, like on his own, like private practice, no one will hire him.
Well, and my question is, from my limited experience with the legal system, if you're going to send a cease and desist, it actually has to be through certified mail.
Yeah.
So an email wouldn't cut it, even with the modifications that the system made for COVID and stuff. It still wouldn't cut it. At best, that email would be considered hearsay.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's not an official legal document. I mean, Mr. Soft's Theater, I think he mentioned that Jody Cat Media, the one I covered today, that she sent a cease and desist letter via YouTube community post. Yeah, good luck getting that to hold up in court. I mean, if I got sent a cease and desist letter the way these guys send them, I would be fragrantly violating them left and right. It's like, no, you got to send one via certified mail. It has to be official. And probably, I don't know if it has to be filed with the court system, but the idea is like, you either go through the proper channels and do this right. Otherwise, it's just more ammunition for us to throw right back at you.
Yeah, I mean, from like I said, I'm not a legal expert or anything. My experience has been testifying in courts as far as armed security and the contracts I held. But no, anything that's supposed to have any legal weight is supposed to be through certified mail.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like this. I don't know what world he lives in. Then again, this is a man who wants to get rid of all law enforcement and make it a what's the word I'm looking for? A surveillance state or whatever. Just
no, it's more basic than that. He just likes voyeurism.
Yeah, pretty much. But then what auditor doesn't? I don't. Yeah.
We don't kink shame around here.
Yeah, exactly. All right, let's resume that. But yeah, by the way, not a brat. That was funny. He would get jail time instead of his client.
Disseminating lies about me, and that is defamation. The truth is the only metric that saves you from defamation.
Here it comes.
I'm telling you, I have no criminal record. I have already downloaded your video. You have 24 hours to retract your statement or face legal action. My legal team has been blind carbon copied on this email. On Monday, ... I will sue you, ... It's that simple. I do not wish to have any contact with you. I do not wish to return correspondence from you. If you continue to harass me publicly, you will end up in federal district court. I will check your social media channels for the retraction. If it is not complete and full, you'll be served a lawsuit next week. I don't care if I win. I care that you have to hire a lawyer. I care that I extend the process for as long as I can to drain you. Now, for the last time, you stupid, retarded fuck. I'm not interested in any relationship
This is his
with
letter.
you, and I've continually told you this. I don't care that you're a loser and you have nothing going on with your life. You have no motivation. I don't care. I will be checking your social media channels tomorrow. I hope you think I'm kidding. I hope you think that you can do what you've done and get away with it, you piece of shit. Now leave me the fuck alone. You're damn lucky we have a legal system.
And he agrees to. He's agreeing. He thinks this is okay.
Know when I was coming, so I could see the look.
Yeah, right. This.
Oh wait. Wait.
Now leave me the fuck alone. You're damn lucky we have a legal system, and I'm a man of law and order. Or I would let you know when I was coming, so I could see the look of fear on your face as I closed it. You retarded imbecile. The information you're getting off the internet isn't true. Dumb fuck. You'll find out in court if you don't retract what you said about me. By Friday, we will begin putting the lawsuit together. I hope you don't listen. You can't fix stupid, and you're a fucking retard. Jose M. DeCastro, a.k.a. Chillie from Delete Law.
Your future governor, Ohio.
Right.
Mr. DeCastro testified about an incident in which I believe it is alleged you posted that you were white-knuckled with anticipation about a confrontation. Is there anything that you would like to tell the
He was white-knuckled writing that letter.
Referring to a public live stream. He also references that I stated
the only thing white here is what goes up Chillie's nose.
Referring to a public live stream. It's hyperbolic.
Yeah, up his nose if you're lucky.
It's quite off the rip. So I'm recounting this, and to a certain extent, just like if you're chasing down a story, right? There was a certain level of like, are we going to be able to do this? It's sort of the gold standard if you're able to take these what they purport to be, from First Amendment protected activities and flip it around on them. This is the same, sort of. Actually, it is the behavior that I engaged in was much more agreeable and non-confrontational than how they would engage the police, right? Like, so it is perfectly legal for them to stand on a public sidewalk and pull out the cell phone and film an officer and tell him that he's a dirty pig and I hope he gets shot in the line of duty, which Mr. DeCastro and others have done regularly, right? All I did was stand out on a public sidewalk and film him and say, this is my brother. He's escaped from his group home. Don't worry, guys. He's off his medication.
That was pretty hilarious.
And that was, number one, because I knew that it would irritate him.
And it's pretty accurate.
Was she really wrong, guys? Maybe about the brother part.
And number two, it diffused the situation for the numerous families and children that felt extremely harassed and threatened by Mr. Castro. He took his attention off of them, and his attention for the remainder of the parade was then squarely on me. When I was asked to leave by police because it was causing a disturbance, asked, not ordered, because I was engaging in lawful activity, I did so without incident.
And that is a good point. I mean, because when we were covering this as it happened, she was right, on his ass the whole time, driving him nuts. But what was he not doing during that time? He wasn't yelling at kids. Don't trust cops. Cops will shoot you. Cops will rape you. They don't care about you. It's like, like you're telling, he's not, yelling at families at a Memorial Day parade ever since Kate showed up. And I got to say it, I am still perplexed that he managed to do that at the parade and no father walked up and just knocked his ass out. I mean, I don't have kids, and even I would instinctively want to just, I'd probably end up spending a night in jail, but at least when I walk out of there the next day, I still will have all my teeth.
Oh, so, I have kids, and I totally would have been like, worth it. They would have had me up in court, and they would have been like, Mr. Vasquez, do you realize what you've done? And I'd be like, yes, and I do it again, Your Honor.
Well, I have that one guy that his whole town was behind him, and he got acquitted for spraying for black spray painting an auditor's camera.
Yeah.
Yes, I remember that.
When they saw the video, how the guy was acting, what he was doing, and why he did it, they just said, oh, well, he's not worth putting in jail. Just acquitted him, and that's it. It's like,
in fact, I covered the original video that idiot posted.
Yeah, God, and it's like that's what I'm talking about. It's like these frauditors don't realize, like, okay, if you provoke someone, and this is what I talked about with the video of Albuquerque auditor or whatever getting his ass kicked by that security guard.
Yeah,
you want to poke the bear, you want to piss somebody off. There are some people you really shouldn't do it to, because they will. If you push them hard enough, they will lay your ass out. And after it's over, when it goes to court and all that stuff, all people have to do is watch the video and see everything you were doing up to that point. And do you honestly think a jury is going to find them at fault? I mean, I watched.
I mean, like here in Florida, if you provoke an attack, then almost every case we have thrown out, the exception being is they look at how extensive was the attack that you provoked. So if somebody punched him once, knocked his ass out, they'll let him go. But if they knock his ass out and they sit on top of him for about 10 minutes and beat the fuck out of him, then they would pursue that case. But in most states, from what I understand, is that that's one of the very first things they look at is, okay, what led up to that?
Exactly. And it's one of those things, like, these guys don't get it. It's almost like, I don't know, I'm trying to come up with I don't know if someone come up with the term of this, but I call it the underpants gnome plan, which is piss somebody off, get my ass kicked, ? Profit. Like, they don't realize, like, how are you going to get, what's the next step of your plan after? I mean, what is News Now Omaha's grand plan? Provoke cops, carry around a rifle case, reach into his pockets, put his hand behind his back, while walking up to a cop saying nothing. What's the next step of your plan after you get tased or shot? Like, what are you going to do then?
Well, yeah,
like, how do you come out on top after that's over?
Yeah, when he did that shit down here in Miami, in South Florida with the damn rifle case and stuff, he's lucky. I mean, damn lucky the cop didn't just go ahead and shoot him when he started reaching around with that damn case.
Absolutely, and that's what I'm just wondering. It's like, what is he going to do next? I mean, okay, you get your wish, then what? I mean, he got his 10 seconds of fame on the news, and I'm sorry, but him saying like, oh, they shouldn't have done that to me, blah blah blah. It's like, oh, bullshit. The video was all over the internet. Everyone watched it. They knew you were acting like a moron, and that's why you didn't get a second, story on the news. Like, that's why you didn't appear again after that. It was just a quick flash in the pan, then it was over. You got nothing out of it. So, and that's what I'm thinking. Like, I don't know if that's what Chillie wants. I know it's what most auditors want. They want the attention. They want the opportunity to sue somebody. But let's be honest. Do you think anyone's going to rule in their favor when they actually get there? No. Who would?
The thing is, I brought this up before, where we've seen it with Chillie and we've seen it with others, where the frauditors, they just take just the filing of the lawsuit as the win.
Yeah, it's like what's that going to do? It's going to get thrown out the moment it gets to the first hurdle. I mean, the moment a judge is going to look at it, they're just going to toss it.
We've seen him, how excited he gets when he files a lawsuit, and he already acts like he's walking out of the place with a judgment. And it's like, you didn't, dude, all you did was file paperwork. You didn't win anything.
Well, yeah, that's exactly it. I don't think he's won a single case he's ever filed.
Yeah, he never has.
I don't believe he is either.
Yeah. He's not going to win this one because one of the first things, so the first time I went into a courtroom to get questioned, the very first thing that that my boss told me was, careful how your body language is, careful where you're looking, be mindful because that judge is watching everything. Same fucking thing here. You don't think the judge saw him nod and smile when she got to the parts where he's fucking cursing her out?
Yeah, I mean, it's like I'm thinking, like, are you nuts? You're basically showing everybody that you think that all this is acceptable. It's like it's not.
We saw it.
By the way, I will give Josh credit in one regard. He filed a legal document before he started thinking that he was the shit. Unlike some people who, after they get their ticket, they go, "I got a fraudulent ticket," like that person. I won't say who that was, but you know what I mean.
I think we all mostly know who that is.
Yeah. But the point is like at least he waited to think that he was in a better position. It's like that's these guys they have no concept of reality. It's just, and we're about to see it when it's his turn to talk.
You have a witness to all this as well.
Mr. DeCastro, were you able to email those documents to the email address?
Oh,
you're muted.
That's the best he's ever sounded.
Mr. DeCastro, you're muted, sir.
1 second.
Why do you have to go and fix that?
I will email those even right this second. I was just listening and taking notes. Respond.
The question wasn't, will you email it to? The question was, had you?
Yeah.
Rattle that off to me, that email auditors, or is there a way I can find it on here?
Auditors have a tendency never to answer anyone's questions directly in court.
Castro.
Yeah, leading squirrel. That's true.
Peter, do you wish to present any additional evidence or tell anything additional to the court?
He also states that he was not threatening to come to my home when he drove to Massachusetts. He fled from Ohio from a warrant. He stated several times in public that he knew where I lived. I was lucky that he was not his father and that he was going to deal with me through legal channels, because otherwise I would be.
Can I just say we actually are lucky he's not his father, because unlike his father was able to reproduce, and we all see how that's turned out. Just saying.
You know what?
Chillie.
Yeah, I say a lot of the frauditors in my videos is that Chillie's the one that should have been swallowed.
You're not. You know what, man? I'm not going to disagree with you on that one. God, why? His parents can't be proud of him.
There's no way in hell. I mean, I don't know who they are. They could be nice people for all we know, and they could be. And they could be genuinely worried. It's like saying, we I don't know what we did wrong, or he's completely out of control, and they just threw their hands up and gave up and just said, you know what, this will run its course, and we'll just see what happens.
If that was the case, it'd be the best bit of irony we've seen so far.
I mean, Chillie is the poster child that you would put to advertise better brands of condoms.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I mean, I'm more of a nurture or
Nature
nature versus nurture thing. Like I'm more of a I'm sure he went through something in life that got him here, because I've always said it. If frauditors do what they do because of mental illness, and it's a mental illness that, if they're willing to accept treatment and undergo it, and they could possibly resemble functional contributing members of society, then they will have my sympathy. I'll stop making fun of them. I'll say, you know what, they're victims of a disease that is not in their control. But the way some of them act, the arrogance, the whole disillusionment, all that stuff. I mean, I don't think they are. I think they choose to be this way because they're incredibly self-centered. But like I said, if I'm wrong, if it turns out that he acts like this, I mean, I've always suspected he's got Asperger's or something. But if he actually has some kind of mental illness, I mean, the way I paused it looks like he's having a stroke. But but if he actually does have a legitimate mental illness, and treatment from mental health professionals can resolve it, that's fine. I hope he becomes a better functioning person. But if this is all by choice, and he just isn't happy with the way his life has turned out, and he feels it necessary to shit on everybody else to make himself feel better, sorry, that's on him.
Well, as a person who has family who have mental illness, has dated people who have mental illness, I once dated someone who was a full-blown schizophrenic.
Yeah.
And there are some things she has said within the throes of insanity that have made a lot more sense than these guys.
Yeah.
She really has. And it's strange.
You have to look at Chillie's track record. I don't think it's any kind of mental illness. Honestly, I think it's just, and I know I've heard this brought up before, is that he's just a professional grifter. He goes from one thing that he can scam to the next. And right now, his scam is the frauditors. The next scam, which I strongly feel is going to be the soft sit people, which he's already kind of playing with that. But I mean, he's going to become a soft sit. Once they get tired of his ass, what's left? Flat Earth? Is he going to go back around
He's gonna try to follow.
Well, technically, he can't come back around full circle because flat. But
yeah. Well, he's gonna go through every dregs group of society he can find. After this, it'll be God knows who. He'll go and try to, shill his monorail to the three percenters, the white supremacist group or something. Who knows? Because really, you're right. Where do you after that? Who are you going to sell the monorail to, Chillie? Like, seriously, who's going to listen to your crap after the frauditors have had enough of your shit, after sovereign citizens will end up having enough of your shit, even though it'll probably going to take them quite a while before they really realize it?
Yeah.
Who else?
They don't learn. That's the thing. They'll keep trying the same crap over and over despite its failures.
I bet you he watches a sovereign citizen video and laughs his head off, and at the same time thinks, I'm gonna make a killing off of these people.
Yeah. I don't think the sovereign citizens will take that long to kick him out. Just because he'll bring way too much attention to them, and they won't want that. They're pretty much happy with their little corner of the internet, and an outsider coming in and disrupting them, they would get so pissed off at him.
I think they embrace. I have to disagree with you. I think they embrace him with open arms, and because most sovereign citizens are extremely stubborn, since they're so stubborn and they just don't want to give in, they're going to keep backing him even when he fucks up for them all. They're just going to, because they don't want to admit, none of them ever want to admit to their mistakes, correct? Like, none of these guys ever do. They will never want to admit that they're in the wrong. They're going to want to continue to back him because they're going to be like, well, I don't want to look stupid. I don't want to look dumb. And like some of the frauditors did that. They didn't go after him because they didn't want to look stupid. Because a lot of their supporters and his supporters intersected.
Yeah. By the way, good night, Unforgiven Jerry. Thanks for stopping by. Hey, Hezekiah.
Hey, Hezekiah.
Yeah, Kate's covering this right now. This stuff is gold. Yeah, I know she's covering it on the other side. I mean, she probably has more to say about it. I mean, we're just reacting and laughing our ass off at Chillie and just pointing out the stupidity of him. I mean, I'm sure she's got more details on the actual case. I'm definitely going to do a watch the replay of that after this is over.
Yeah, same here.
But yeah, let's we're about a third of the way through. Let's Keep
be
it
physically
going.
harmed. He had full intention of showing up at my house uninvited. He solicited others for my address and did receive it. And it was actually Mr. Abrams who had to convince him that that would be ill-advised because he was fully prepared to show up to my house completely unannounced. What I did was I did publicize, I'm waiting right here for you. You're not going to get near my family or my children. But if you wish to serve me, then, you know, go ahead and do so. He never had any legal documentation to serve me. This was simply a intimidation tactic on Mr. DeCastro's part, you know, and obviously he doesn't respond well when his intimidation tactics kind of fall flat, as can be evidenced at the parade, where he escalated to physically battering me in the presence of police officers and several small children.
He was indicating that he was going to appear at your home to serve you with a legal document?
Yes, even though, I mean, he's legally entitled nor qualified to actually offer these services.
How did that communication, what form of communication?
So it was YouTube live stream.
And was that directed at you?
He's trying to speak up.
Which video is that? Can she list the video, please, sir? I've never said that. Can she list the video?
Mr. DeCastro, I said at the outset that I want to hear from both parties. I would ask you not to interrupt. I'm going to give you an opportunity to respond. So just please,
I'm just taking notes, and I wanted to know
Nobody cares
which video I would say that in.
Okay.
No one cares about your psychotic scribblings, Chillie.
I think so. I mean, he also referenced, you know, the video that I had stated that I would, you know, lawfully request the court audio of his initial appearance here to try to get an order ex parte, and that I would, you know, do a video about it. I do believe in transparency in the courts. I would also point out that Mr. DeCastro actually audio recorded that hearing without the court's permission, disseminated to several individuals. I have received it, so I'm already aware of what's on.
He recorded this too without permission.
He calls one of your fine court officers a scumbag, and intentionally waited until about 4:30 in the afternoon to get this order, so that I would not have a chance to respond in his mind, because he is not a resident of Massachusetts. He's not a resident of the county. He does not live here at all. He's not familiar with our protocol. But that was what I was referencing, is that he was unable to contain himself within the courtroom in front of the judge, and actually erupted into calling, you know, one of your court officers a scumbag.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Attorney, Mr. DeCastro, do you wish to make any response to what Ms. Peter just testified?
That's the worst question you could ask.
Sure. I mean, listen, it's true that I don't like police. That's 100% factual. However,
you don't say, Chillie.
I'm pro-government. I'm pro having a Bill of Rights and a constitutional standard. So that is true, but saying I'm anti-government is completely false. I'm for petitioning, assembling, and legislation. And then furthermore, I've never said I'm going to her house on a live stream. I would now redirect to the district attorney for perjury. She perjured herself several times just now.
That's not up to you. I think I heard Kate laugh at that.
I know I would.
My home address is on her Discord account in California. My cell phone number is on her Discord account, which she should have removed.
You posted your phone number, dude.
And then,
I was about to say, I don't want to keep stopping this, but I was about to say, Chillie, how did she get all that information?
Right.
You put it on the internet.
Did she find it on her own, or did you post all those things online and she just grabbed it like everybody else did? Come on, dude.
I mean, let's do an experiment here. All right. Do any auditors know my personal phone number? They don't. You know why they don't? Because I've never said it. I've never given it. It's nowhere on public record anywhere. I've never posted it. I've never spoken it aloud. None of that. Well, so if you don't share that information, they're never going to know.
The second he put his phone number out there, he did so willingly, voluntarily, and therefore on a public platform. So now it's public record. So anybody can get it. Doesn't matter who posted where. The original source came directly from you. Therefore, that makes you the one that doxed yourself, not her.
Yeah, and he can't exactly go after one individual for its use. It's like, no, like, how do you know it was her? You got to prove it. You got to prove that this one individual did it. I mean, auditors get away with call bombing police stations and city halls all the time because you cannot link it to one individual person who did it. You know, and because they say on the video, I'm not telling anyone to go and call them, but obviously that's what he's doing. And yeah, that's the fact. It's like, that's why these guys never get in trouble for that, for the very same reason that he can't go after Kate. Like the very thing that's protecting her is stuff he should know because he himself is protected by it.
What gets me about the call bombing is that eventually they're going to have to come up with some kind of solution to that, because when you call bomb, like when you call bomb a police station, people with actual issues that need to call the police cannot get through because all these idiots are calling them and screaming at them.
Exactly.
Something's going to need to happen. I don't know if it's going to have to be some kind of rule or law that makes it so that way, even if you inference it, like when they say, don't call the police, and then all of a sudden 2 seconds later they have a screenshot of the phone number and address for the police station. There needs to be correlation.
Yeah.
Just because he said it doesn't mean he's not being cryptic. They are.
Well, in some states they are combating it, and the way that they're doing it is they're charging the frauditor or whoever's instigating it, or the subject of the material. They're charging them with misuse of the and depending on which system they're abusing, either the emergency abuse system or the non-emergency system being abused. So a lot of them, that's why they make a very poignant effort to tell people not to do it, even though they put it up there, because they think for some reason they're not going to get nailed with the incitement. Yet, that's what they're doing.
Yeah, exactly. But they think that they can't get busted for it. But it's like, I mean, the thing is though, they do find their way around it. What they do is they don't encourage people to call 911, obviously, because that's definitely a crime misusing it. But it's the non-emergency. But and I guess that somehow makes them exempt. But yeah, I hope that we get more laws like that. Like if they could establish a correlation, that these guys should be held responsible for that. And of course they say, well, the number's available on a website. Like, yes, but they for the people to do this, they would have had to go and get it. You facilitated it. You made it easier.
Yeah.
For them to commit a crime.
Then be like, oh well, they can go look it up. Yeah, but you handed it to them on a silver platter. That's the thing. You gave them the information. Yeah, you're right. They can easily go and look it up themselves. But when you hand them the information, but you still say cryptically, don't do this, what do you think everyone's going to do? No one's going to really listen to you. They're going to do it, and they're going to be like, well, that's what they want me to do. They're just telling me in their own secret code because that's how they all talk.
Yeah, exactly. It's. I mean, I would say it's a bit of an extreme example, but I would say it's almost the equivalent of like, oh, somebody went and shot up a place. Well, I didn't tell them to do it. It's like, yeah, but you handed them a weapon and got them pissed off at that place.
You know what? I can actually cite a case that I remember hearing about. There was a girl who had a boyfriend that she had convinced to commit suicide, and she was inevitably charged and I believe convicted with his murder, with his death, due to the fact that she convinced him to do it.
Exactly.
So it's happened. It has happened before, and there's case law showing that it's happened. That I want to bring it back to Tones. Remember the library incident?
Oh God, yeah.
The calls that they had been fielding at that library, of all places, a library. I know people aren't calling the library for anything important, like they would be calling for the police station. But it's a library. There's business still to be handled there that they use the phones for. You are now tying up said business, which I'm pretty sure is disturbing a business. Am I not wrong here? They constantly, anytime they do this, they disturb that, and then they're saying they're not disturbing it, but you are, because your followers are disturbing it now.
Yeah, and on that note, I have mentioned this in the past, but it's like I still don't. It still perplexes me, the concept of auditing a library. I mean, what? This is like with post offices. What judicial, executive, or legislative power does a library have? If anything, you should actually be more respectful of libraries, because it's where people go to get knowledge, and a more informed electorate gives more power to the people. So why do you want to go and harass a library when they don't have any governmental authority? Like they don't influence the stuff that you think is taking away your rights.
My understanding, from what I can piece together, is it's not so much that they care about what has a legislative or any kind of judicial value. It's, okay, well, this is claimed to be tax funded or taxpayer funded, so therefore I have the right to do whatever the fuck I want.
Yeah, but yet they go to towns that they don't live in, or states they don't pay taxes to. It's like, I'm sorry, if you're not a resident, you don't get to claim any ownership. And as far as I'm concerned, I mean, that whole oh, it's my tax dollars thing, that bullshit. Here's my point. Once you've paid your taxes, like, that's it. The money goes to the government. The government, then spends the money accordingly. All right. Now, if you have issue with how the money's being spent, that's fine. When an election comes up, you can elect someone else that you would like to think will spend that money more appropriately. But once they've got it, they can do what they want. And as far as I'm concerned, you're not paying in advance for them to do something for you. You're paying for the privilege of everything you just got. So that's how I say it. Like, oh, your taxes pay police officer salary. Yeah, 2 cents a year per officer, but you're not paying for what they're going to do. You probably just paid for the past year.
Yeah, but I've also said that you guys got to go. People need to go up to these guys, and when they pull that line of like, well, my taxes pay their salary. Well, you know what? So does mine, and I want my taxes to go to pay their salary so they can do their job. That's what I want my taxes to go to. Your taxes aren't as important as everyone's taxes. I pay my taxes too, just like the cops pay their fucking taxes, just like the librarians pay their taxes. All of these people pay their taxes with that excuse of I pay your salary is garbage because their salary also gets taxed along with yours.
Exactly. And okay, yeah, Josh at least got a point. You know what? I'm gonna screenshot this. I've been staring at it this whole time, but it's like, you know what? This is worth it. This is funny.
When Chillie's makeup falls off.
Yeah. No, when you get so angry that at the truth, demolishing the court, you're astral projecting. I don't know. Actually, I need a bigger one. Sorry, I'm terrible at this.
If Chillie hears you say anything about Astro, he's going to think Astro gliding and get excited.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he talks about his butthole like how many damn times?
I honestly think, and I think I told you this before, Anthony, I honestly think that if Chillie has anything, it is PTSD, because there is no doubt in my mind that when he went to fucking prison, he was a prison bitch. There's no doubt.
Yeah. I mean,
look at the size of his tits. His tits are bigger than most women, so that's the closest thing that they're going to get while they're in jail.
Well, it's just like Tone said. This came from something, right? This whole attitude, this whole belief system came from something. When he was locked up, when he was arrested, a cop didn't treat him as nicely as he wanted, and he carried that chip everywhere.
Well, he said he got arrested a bunch of times, so I think he developed resentment from the police because the police just didn't let him do what he wanted.
But there's always one major focus, one major arrest that always turns them into this, isn't it? I mean, we remember when he went to the police station with Josh, and Josh was like, "This is the police station that created me." There was one focal point within Josh Abrams' life, probably the 9th or 10th arrest, where he finally just snapped. And you see the guy with Orden. There's one central moment where he turned into this, because for a long time he wasn't doing this, but he was still getting arrested and in a lot of trouble. One day they just get this chip and they say, screw it, I'm going to make everyone suffer along with me because I'm angry, so screw everybody else.
Exactly.
That's basically what it is.
Yeah, on the note, though, when it comes to Josh Abrams going to police stations, I still to this day laugh at Breaking the Flaw's ridiculous screaming when he got cuffed. That is still one of the greatest moments ever. And
how about when the cop said, when he said the cop punched him, but the cop was just putting his cell phone into his jacket pocket?
Yeah, that was stupid.
All right, guys, I gotta head out. Tones, thank you, man, for having me up here.
Oh, it's a pleasure. Thanks for coming, Mando. You're always welcome.
Thanks, brother. And same to you. I do live streams pretty much every Saturday. And it's the same setup, man. I just make fun of these idiots.
Yeah, I mean, think about it. At the end of the day, we get to all come together and we get to laugh about these guys. What are these idiots doing? They're wasting all their hours writing up their frivolous BS lawsuits that won't go anywhere.
Exactly. But Tones, man, I do love your channel. I've watched it on my personal account so many times, man.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
I will catch y'all next time, Anthony. I'll get with you about Saturday.
Absolutely.
I said, Tones, man, you're welcome. I'm trying to get Ironton Auditor on more regularly because I like having his, in my opinion, I would say his professional views. And it's great because he actually, like a lot of regular auditors, agree with us on what these idiots are doing.
Yeah, he's a good. He represents. I even told him, like, you know what, keep doing what you're doing, because at the end of the day, we get to point to you and say, you know, that's how an auditor should act. That's how an audit should be done.
Mhm.
You know, what are you guys doing? It's like, you know, like you guys are. Now we have a point of comparison.
I showed him. We had a live stream where I showed him. Let's see, PayPal Patty, Floyd,
Yeah.
Silence Boy. You know, and he was taken aback. He was just like, my God! Like I showed him Flex Your Freedoms,
Oh God!
and he just stopped and he's like, "What is this?
Exactly.
What is this?" Like he couldn't, because I stopped it. You know, right at that point where he comes up in the camera dressed as grandma. I paused it and I was like, "Terry, your opinion?" And he goes, "What am I looking at here?" Like
that was my reaction.
You know,
all right, yeah, we gotta let Mando go.
Yep.
So,
Later,
all right,
man.
guys.
I'll see you Saturday.
Yeah, take care.
Thank you. And last shameless plug, go check out my channel. Hit the like button, hit subscribe, hit the like button on this stream, and I will catch you on the next one.
Yeah, absolutely. Be sure to check out Mando Mike. I got to check and see if I'm subscribed. If I'm not, my apologies. I'll be subscribed before the day's out.
Sounds good, brother. Y'all take it easy.
All right. Take care. But yeah, Anthony, I get what you mean. Like Ironton Honor, I think it's hilarious that he started doing what he's doing because Chillie came to town. And within a month or two, he cut ties with them when he realized, okay, all the stuff that Chillie sold me on is complete bullshit.
I think.
But he does believe in, in the transparency thing. It's like, and you know what? That's fine. We're never opposed to that.
No, we never have been, because I've had personal conversations with Terry, and I told him, look, me and you are obviously never going to agree on every single thing, but that's fine, because that's what dialogue is. Sometimes you're not going to agree, you agree to disagree. And I agree with him on the transparency. I believe, hey man, we should have transparency among our government officials, among our police. That's great, but it's all in how you approach it. It's all on how you going up and harassing these guys with a camera is not how you approach the subject of, hey, let's make sure that the police are doing their job correctly and not harassing the public. There are better ways to do these things. They just don't want to. They like it. For one, they like the drama. Two, they like the money that their videos receive.
Exactly.
And three, it gives them a sense of, yeah, well, they cops did this to me for years, so I'm getting back at the man. That's what it is. And it's like, but you're not really accomplishing anything, you're not accomplishing anything.
Yeah, absolutely. Josh Ali, if you want to share a video, you could drop a link in here, but I think we're just going to be covering this tonight. I know Anthony's, Anthony, I don't know what time zone you're in. Are you on Pacific time? Or?
I'm on Eastern time. It's almost 11 o'clock, and I do have to be at work at 2 o'clock in the afternoon tomorrow, but let's keep it going.
Yeah, we'll keep this one going. Yeah, because you got to get to bed before I do. That's for sure.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, Josh, if you want to drop a link in here for people to look at later on, I'll try to catch it too and see whatever it is. But yeah, let's Chillie with his I don't know. He must have. It must be his face after he gets a fresh stack of trifolds.
A credible threat of violence. I've never threatened her with violence ever. I want nothing to do with
We
her.
watched you do it several
I
times,
ask
Chillie.
her to follow me around. This idea that she has a First Amendment right to audit me, I am not a public figure. And it's clearly defined what a public figure is. And that's not me just because I have a YouTube channel. I've announced that one day I'm going to run for governor, but that doesn't make me a public figure because I've never read campaign funds and I've never started a campaign for governorship. That would make me a public figure.
I did.
Done that. And
then, he keeps saying, based on the definition, I'm not a public figure, but you put yourself out in the public every day.
Yeah.
So in essence, you almost are a public figure.
He filmed this video and probably uploaded it.
Yeah, exactly.
That's not funny. That causes intentional infliction of emotional distress. And then, wait, I didn't ask her to drive down there white knuckled. I didn't ask for that. She came down there to cause a purpose confrontation, which is what she did. She came there to make a video about me to make money.
Hey, we got Terry here. Hey, Terry.
Oh,
good to see you, sir.
Mr. Castro, you just cut out.
Hey,
you just cut out, so I would ask that you repeat about the
Terry, if you got a moment, you want to jump up, let us know.
Go ahead and send him a link if he wants in. Yeah, we were just talking about you. Good things.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I love every time I pause it. Chillie always looks like he's got problems. I mean, he always looks like problems when he's moving and talking. But I mean, this one he just looks so.
He looked like he took the wrong hit of cocaine. Like he was like, "Oh, that went up the wrong the tube in my nose." Oh,
Yeah,
excuse
these are
me.
gold.
I think you're just really good at pausing it at the right moment.
Oh yeah, this is.
Oh.
But yeah, we'll keep it going. But yeah, the whole bullshit is like, oh, I'm not a public figure. I'm not a public figure. You are. Okay, if you have an audience, you're a figure, and if it's in a public forum that people don't have to pay to go and watch, you're a public figure. Okay.
Seconds of what you just said.
I said, if you're tracking me and you're posting where my whereabouts are, this isn't something they're just doing through my live stream. As I proved a moment ago,
Yeah, they
he
are.
just crossed over the Maryland border. I wasn't. That's incredible. That's incredible.
I love these
Endear
cutting
herself
out.
to the court and try to say that rude to a cop at the court. I'm rude to a cop, like cops. That's my right. Now I can't move into violence or project violence. And then she said that I said that I wish the cop would get shot. That's not true. That's absolutely incredible.
Bull crap! You've said it before.
Yeah, he has said it.
He's
not as many
totally
times
said
as Tom
it.
Zebra, but he said it.
That the only thing I've ever said, whether
She's such a liar, Chillie, and they're not even that good at it.
California from 1971, which gives me the right to free speech. I didn't threaten her in any way, shape, or form. It clearly shows the veracity of my emotional state when I'm saying, leave me the fuck alone. Stay away from me. She makes videos about me every single day. She doesn't have a right to First Amendment audit me. I know that she's. I
bet the
Terry,
auditors community's going to hate that.
Understand it.
Right. Hey, Terry, I got that link coming to you right at this moment. It's going to be in your Facebook.
Endears herself to the court or not, case precedent is clearly established. 3 or more times.
I'm sorry. We got to look at this for a second. Well, I can't read that, but he says he's holding up a piece of paper he wrote. Okay. That's nothing. Okay. If you actually have precedent, cite it. Start, actually show us stuff. But he's not. He's just saying this stuff as he goes. Oh yeah, little scroll. That is perfect. Sorry you couldn't find the feelings police you were looking for, Chillie. That's what I find hilarious. He's saying, oh, she doesn't have a First Amendment right to audit me, or he's talking about how he's so butthurt or upset. It's like, this is why the auditing community is going to turn their back on him, because he's basically crying foul everything that frauditors mock or say, oh, public officials, if you don't like getting filmed and followed around with a camera, you should go work in the private sector. Yeah, Chillie, if you don't like people doing this, get off of YouTube. You could pursue your goals politically or whatever the hell you want to do without it being all over YouTube. Go start a blog, write articles, write a book. I don't care. But if you're on YouTube, you're a public figure. People are going to watch you, people are going to criticize you, and people are going to talk shit about you. By the way, that is a face that you just do not want to be, like, I don't know what that is. That's a face that you're going to find on Family Watchdog. I'm just gonna. It's like I don't know why I keep pausing it at the weirdest times.
He does. It just looks like that should be a poster. Like, children, if you ever see this person, just say no.
Yeah, exactly. It's like this is. I mean, this is a. Oh God. I mean,
do not approach this man's self-driving van.
Yeah, self-driving windowless van.
Times she's mentioned my location. She's posted.
You've mentioned your location. You filmed yourself.
My address, my phone number. That's going to go right. That's going to go directly to Commonwealth versus Walters. She doesn't
now he mentions case law.
Physically or threaten me with physical damage, according to Agus versus Howard Johnson, 1976.
The thing is like no one's ever threatened physical harm to you, Chillie.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure plenty of people want to perform physical harm, but nobody said.
No one has said that they would physically harm you.
Extreme conduct. Remember, court. I don't know this person. I've never been friends with her. We've never worked together. She admits.
Hey, what a coincidence! That's what I say whenever you post a video, Josh.
It's incredible. She's called Seth. Then on her, called my mother a fat fucking bitch. I don't understand that. I don't know who her mom is. I wouldn't call her mom that. I don't understand it. And then all of the defaming comments she's made about.
I'm sorry. Is he in court crying over a yo mama joke? No, I'm serious. Oh, Anthony, you're muted. But it's like, is he in court complaining to a judge, taking time out of the court system to complain about a yo mama joke?
Yeah. Yeah.
Unbelievable.
I'm gonna bring it up. He's also really petty.
Yeah.
Like, he's just so petty. Like, the slightest thing anyone says to him, it's like, dude, grow a pair. Stop it, dude. I've had kids say worse things to me.
Yeah, it's like,
take a joke.
I mean, I'm amazed this guy marketed the jock sock. He's got nothing to fill it.
Yeah. Originally, the first jock socks came in different flavors.
Yeah.
Geared herself to another person on YouTube who's going to try to disparage me. It just goes to show there's no limits, no boundaries to what this woman will do.
And Josh, you're an idiot, which you'll never improve on ever.
The case law. I've laid it out clearly. I've listened to hundreds and hundreds of district cases and Supreme Court cases. I have proven my case beyond a reasonable doubt. This person and I should have no more contact. She should not make videos about me. I should not make a video about her. We should part amicably. She should go on about her life and do whatever she wants, but harassing my family, my friends, and me. And you guys just saw.
You haven't proven
my live
that.
Stream, Kate always wins over and over and over. The mass calling of my phone when I'm on live stream. That proves in Common World versus Wotan that she is actually harassing me. More than 3 calls is harassing. More than 3. Now, if she's using Google numbers or alternate numbers, who else is calling my phone hundreds of times during my live stream? Who else is doing that? It's her. She's the one harassing
Or it could be all the people on the internet that don't like you.
I didn't ask for any contact with her.
Someone pointed that out, that he tries to make that correlation, saying that, like, because people were talking about him, it's her that's doing the threat, even though it's other people talking about him.
The only conviction that was listed in my record was disorderly conduct from when I was 19 years old.
That's a criminal record, Chillie.
30 years ago.
Yep.
Doesn't matter how old it is.
So
you have
I
one.
am a man of law and order. I believe in rule of law. I believe that America has lost its way, and we're not living by a constitutional Bill of Rights standard. And
that's not anti-government and political.
I do not.
Right. Doesn't sound political at all to me.
That's my right not to like them. Our prison system's out of control. So, I am not a public.
Do we have
New York Times?
Hey, Tones, have you checked backstage real quick?
Yeah, hang on. No, he hasn't. Terry hasn't. John, I mean,
he has looked at it. We're good. We're fine.
Okay, I was like, he's welcome on if he can. If not, it's okay.
I was just checking to make sure.
I just realized what I paused on. I've immediately reminded. If anyone's ever watched The Office, there was an episode where a bunch of billboards and advertisements were made with Dwight and somebody else, and then they said someone started drawing things on them. I will say no more, but I'm not going to encourage anyone to go get creative in Photoshop. But if anyone wants to take a screenshot of this, I will give you 5 seconds.
I am not encouraging you to go out and make hilarious memes that you will later DM to me that I will also put on my channel along with Tones. I'm not saying that at all, guys.
Yeah,
I'm not
absolutely not.
saying
We are not encouraging anyone by any means to take this image and go to town with it.
Yeah, right. And please make sure not to send them to my email, anthony.vasquez@85@gmail.com.
Yeah, and be sure, and I'm not absolutely saying that all those memes should be posted on the meme channel on my Discord group that happens to have a link in the description of this stream. Oh God.
I will also not be dropping a link to my Discord channel in the chat, so that way people can go there and drop the memes in my Discord meme section.
Yeah, absolutely.
Make sure not to do that.
Yeah, absolutely. Do not do that, people.
Yeah. Do not come and join my Discord and make fun of Chillie with the rest of us. Don't do that, guys.
Yeah, you should totally not subscribe to Anthony Vasquez, and watch all of his fun streams with tons of fun people just laughing it up all the time. Yeah, absolutely. You should totally not do that.
Totally.
Actually, no, that is something you should do. Oh, hey, Agent Auditors here.
Oh, sweet.
Sorry about
Terry,
had a few technical difficulties there.
Hey, it's no trouble at all. We're just, like I said, we're just together, for laughing at Chillie's expense.
That's one of my favorite things these days.
Oh yeah,
that's what we do.
Yeah, everyone, for those of you who don't know, and if you don't know what rock have you been living under, this is Ironton Auditor, who is probably, in my opinion, the only real auditor on the internet, the only one who's doing it right, and the reason that we could say every auditor out there is doing it wrong.
Yep.
Hello, everybody. Maybe Tones overstates me just a bit, but I do appreciate your kind words, Tones.
It's my pleasure. Glad to have you on. So yeah, we're just watching, Chillie have his petulant meltdown, not getting his way.
Well, he does like to cry like a baby. Maybe someone should offer to change his diaper, get him a little powder.
Yep, there you go. Well, I mean, I'm sure he gets plenty of white powder somewhere, but I mean, I think he's just upset that Josh Abrams. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead, man. I'm sorry.
Well, I was going to say, I'm sure he's just upset that Josh Abrams took the coke in the divorce, but
He took
I
all the coke.
I wonder if he got half of the fundraisers.
Yeah. All right, so we'll go ahead and we'll keep this going, just because we got a lot to cover.
Tones, I dropped my Discord link, but I'm not modded.
Oh, but how are you not? Hold on. I'm sorry. I am.
No, dude, you're good.
I'm
always so weird. I'm sorry. I'm so weird. Anytime I've ever asked anyone if I could be a mod, I'm like, I'm just gonna let them make me one when they're ready.
Well, how the heck have I not added you as one? Okay, now you are.
Thank you guys. Guys, thank you. Thank you, Tones. And guys, I did drop the Discord link, so don't go join my channel, and so we can all make fun of Chillie. Don't do that.
Absolutely. We paused it again on another wonderful thing. I mean, I could have an entire gallery of all these amazing Chillie faces.
Once again, don't make memes and email them to me. Don't do that.
To reiterate this, that was the O face from Office Space. You know what's really funny? That character. That's what I was saying in another stream that Chillie reminds me of. He reminds me of a very poorly written version of that guy. Of that arrogant, person where it's like, what the hell, like some spoiled, arrogant Malibu trust fund jackass from a poorly written sitcom.
Well, he's definitely a poor example of something.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got that right, Terry. In spades.
All right. We'll keep this going. And and you know what, real quick, Odin's right. Like there are other real ones out there, but you know what the thing about them is? Are they putting their videos up on YouTube exclusively for clout, for clicks and views? No. I mean, you have people who they provide videos without commentary. They provide videos with neutral commentary. I mean, you got Code Blue Cam and Real Police Videos, like all those guys. They put it out there no matter what happens, whether the cops are at fault or the person they're dealing with. They keep a neutral position, and that's important. Yeah,
I'd like to give a shout out to On Scene TV because they do the same thing where they stay a distance away, no interference. They even get an interview with the police when they are done. I would actually consider them more actual news than an auditor because they're conducting interviews, they're filming what's relevant, they're not bothering, they're not filming people's license plates and trying to get reaction. They're just filming an accident scene, a house fire, a big police activity. That's what they're covering. They're not going in there going, I'm going to see if they'll respect my First Amendment rights. They go, this looks like a ginormous car crash that is somewhat newsworthy since it's blocking this major road. Let's film it and let's get an interview with police about what happened.
And precisely.
Hey, Tones, may I answer a question in your chat?
Oh, sure, absolutely. What? Who posted it? I can put it on the screen.
It looks like Thomas Karadima. If I'm not saying that right, I apologize. I'm a hillbilly and have a bad time with names. But yes, I did. I've actually done 3 of those now. If you go check out my channel, you'll see videos from each of those 3.
Yeah, guys, go check out Ironton Auditor. He is fantastic. He's a real great auditor. And dude, I watched those videos when the day you put them out, man. They're awesome work.
Hey, I appreciate you watching. I know it gets a bit boring, but it is what it is, guys.
You know what? That's what auditing videos should be. They should be uneventful.
Dude, with what we watch on a daily basis, boring is a fresh breath of fresh air. It really is. Like, I'd rather you film these guys with no interaction at all than watch 10 videos of these guys causing so many issues for not just the police, but for the public in general.
Exactly. I mean, it's you're doing more of a service because you're showing, because all these guys do is they either show nothing but videos of them stirring up trouble with cops and then saying that how bad they are, or and that, but you're posting videos that just show them just doing their job. They're just doing normal stuff. I mean, you could agree or disagree with them, issuing a ticket or towing a car. That's fine, but that's not, like you're not personally putting out that opinion. You're just letting the audience form their own. That's what it should be like. That's what news should be like. That's what all of it should be like. Just it's just your job is just to get the information out there. How people interpret it and react to it is up to them.
Do you ever watch Leducator's channel?
Yes, I actually put out a video today. I have to still watch it. I'm so far behind on the videos I have to watch.
He put out one right the morning after we did our ride along. He decided to ask me a question or two, and he had made a comment that we didn't agree on everything, and that's because we didn't. However, we are able to agree to disagree. We don't have to be enemies.
Yeah,
we can be allies in the things that we agree on, but we don't have to be enemies over the things that we disagree.
Exactly. It's like, that's the point. It's like that's how you bridge the gap, because bridging the gap, everyone thinks, oh, everyone just loves the police unconditionally. It's like, no, bridging the gap is having just an appropriate and sensible dialogue with them. That's it.
Well, we've lost, the past few years, I think we've lost a bit of that, because for a lot of while you sort of saw people who were just so either hot and cold on an opinion that they just wouldn't budge, and
Yeah.
the whole point of debate. My father was a politician, so I watched him go to do a lot of debates and do a lot of council meetings and stuff like that. The point of debate is to not, you don't want to hate your opponent. It's not to go in there and attack your opponent viciously and go after them. You're supposed to have a meaningful discussion about what's going on, about what you're discussing, and it devolved into that the past couple of years, to the point where if you don't believe in someone's opinion, well then damn you to hell, and they completely write you out of it. I've seen so many relationships and family members stop speaking to each other because one has a different opinion than the other, and neither of them want
Yeah.
to budge. And I look at them going, what happened to agreeing to disagree? We're not doing that anymore. It's just like, look, if you don't follow my word, then it's nothing and you're wrong all the time. No one's having a genuine discussion about things anymore. They're just fighting.
Yeah. I mean, the only exception I'll give to that rule is flat earthing. If you have someone in your family that believes, in a flat earth,
Right.
yeah, they are wrong. So
Yeah.
it's okay
Oh,
to
yeah.
tell them that.
And
but yeah,
and if
everything else,
and if you have a family who's a sovereign citizen, yeah, they're wrong too. But you can have a genuine discussion about auditing. You can.
Yeah.
You can have a genuine debate, genuine discussion about the morals, the pros and the cons of being an auditor. You can. Can you really have those discussions with someone who's a flat earther or a soft sit?
No, not
But the
really.
problem is that a lot of the frauditors, they're just like them, where their opinion matters, no one else's does, and if your opinion goes against any opinion they have, then you're either a loser, they verbally attack you, you know nothing, they know everything because you don't believe in their opinion. That's insane.
Exactly. That's
Hey, guys,
that's Chillie all over. Oh,
Yeah.
I picked up a camera and went into Ironton to prove what dirty, lousy pigs they were. Just so you know, that was the original idea in my head. I didn't think there were any good cops either. So, I'm finding that what I originally thought is very, very far from the truth as it
yeah.
exists.
And that's what makes you great. You took what you observed, you learned from it, you understood, you said, okay, let me find out, is it that corrupt? And then when you observed, you were able to create the conclusion of, okay, well, this officer's okay. Oh, this guy's doing his job okay. Like, you got to talk to the police chief. You could, you get further than any of the auditors ever do, or frauditors. Let's use that term more correctly. The frauditors never get this far because they don't want that. They don't want to find the truth. They're not interested in the truth. You were.
They say they want to bridge the gap, but they're not doing anything to do it. The only one I know, and there may be other people out there doing it just like I do. I wouldn't have any clue, but I'm the only one that I know that is actually trying my best to bridge any gap that exists between the Ironton Police Department and the citizens of Ironton. I'm doing everything I can to try every way possible to make that happen.
And you know what? You're doing it the right way. you're doing it the correct way as it should be done. And the I think the issue is that you're almost derided within your own community because you do it right. It's very much backwards with them, isn't it? It's more the guys who are the big channels are the assholes. But then you
Yeah,
get guys like Terry who are doing the right thing for the right reasons, and they are turned around and basically pushed to the edge of the community. Like, yeah, you mean nothing. Well, you guys keep championing how that they're trying to fight for rights and stuff like that. You got guys who are trying to do it correctly, and you could give a damn because that's not what you're really in for. It's not about the transparency. It's not about anything like that. It is strictly you're wanting to make money. Everyone wants to make money within that group, and they know that the only thing that makes money are the guys who cause a problem, and the guys
exactly.
who don't make any money. So what's in it for them?
Precisely.
Exactly.
It's the they've co-opted a cause that is genuinely a good cause, but they're abusing it for for the wrong or for stupid purposes. That's basically it.
Yeah,
Like they're exploiting it.
yeah.
So
It's all
so I say that, Terry, it's good to see dignity at least brought back to that.
yeah. Whether it's Chillie or whether it's furry potato or silence boy, it's all a grift. It's
Yeah.
all a grift.
It's a-
All of it. They're all just selling monorails left and right.
yeah, exactly. I love that analogy.
It's every time I came up with that analogy because every time I looked at Delete Laws when we first started watching him, he reminded me of that episode. He reminded
Yeah.
me of the monorail episode. He's the just the song and dance. You need the monorail, and he does it every single place he goes. It's all the same song and dance with him. So for me, it's like he's just running around selling that monorail.
Yeah. Joshua Lee for $5. Shout out to Terry. I actually learned things watching his videos. Yeah, we all do.
Yeah.
Awesome. I'm glad to hear it. I'm probably not the most knowledgeable and educational guy, but I try to follow up with what I don't know and then put it out there at a later time. So if there's something you
I'll
need
tell
to
you
know
this.
or want to know, throw me a comment in. You'll be amazed at what I'll find out.
I'll tell you this, Terry. You're miles ahead of the rest of the frauditors. I'll tell you that much.
Mhm.
Like so you're already off to a good start. So like
Yeah.
you do a better job than these guys do because they're not interested in any of the goals that
And
you've set out.
and look, in a community who has been following these guys for quite a while, you're a breath of fresh air, and you've really gained the respect of a lot of people. Me and
Yeah.
Tones included, a lot of people in chat really respect you because you have shown this community that there is a good auditor. We have a channel Vilified Freedom. It's a good friend, real great guy. Guys, go check him out if you haven't. He always believed that there was no good auditor. That was his whole thing. There is no good auditor. There's no good auditor out there. I sent him your channel, and I think I might have changed his mind.
Awesome. I guess I'm glad to be the one.
Yeah. So if you can come in here and change the minds of people that a lot of us did not like, it's like, wow, this is awesome. You're doing it right. You're not being a dick. That's the only reason why we even cover these guys. If they didn't go out and cause any problems, none of us would be here talking about them. But
Exactly.
because they cause so many issues, someone's got to say something. I told a friend of mine about Delete Laws, telling a friend of mine who lives out of the community of explaining Delete Laws, and I showed them the arrangement of Karen video of the TikTok videos, and I said, look, I'm Puerto Rican. I am a man of color. As a man of color, I can't let him go out and talk like this to people, whether they're white, black, or purple. It doesn't matter. These words are hurtful.
Yeah.
That's why I do this, because he's gonna get someone hurt, whether it's him, whether it's a pedestrian, a police officer, or himself. As much as I do not like Chillie, I don't want to watch him hurt, and his words will hurt somebody. His actions will hurt somebody. And hopefully one day people watch our videos right before they're about to watch a Chillie video and watch our videos and go, "Oh my god, I was 2 seconds away from following this guy to freaking hell.
Yeah.
Thanks for saving me the grief of finding out later that this guy's a tool and a loser." Maybe I have that just bit of hope that one day I'll watch a video and stop one person from going, "No, this whole auditing thing is garbage. I don't want to spend my life doing this."
And that's what we're here for. Like, we're here I mean, in my position on all this is, I mean, I hate these people because of the way they act. It's like I'm maybe old, you could call me old fashioned, or I wouldn't even say I'm unique in this, but I've always been taught that being a colossal asshole should never reward you with anything. There should be no benefit. There should only be consequences for acting like that. And these guys are constantly doing it. And I said, you know what? I don't care what comes of it. I will dedicate myself to publicly shaming these people because that's what they should be getting. They should be shamed. They should be ridiculed. Society should be speaking up and saying, this is not okay. And of course, I
agree,
say that looking at this face. This face is not okay.
Yeah. Well, no, like I said just like about Eli. Like your grandparents can't be proud that you're doing this, man. My grandmother saw me doing something like this. She'd be rolling over in her grave. She'd smack me upside the head with a house shoe quickly.
Oh yeah.
These guys never got told no by their parents. They must have, because my mom would be mortified if someone showed up at my mother's house with a video of me auditing a post office and acting like a complete tool. She would look at that person and go, I have no idea who that person is. I did not raise that person to be that way. Please leave me alone, and slam the door in their face.
Yeah, absolutely. Stephen Alley for $2. He may break Radical. He doesn't think so either. I mean, people have a chance to change their opinions, and like I said, if it worked for vilified freedom, it could do with Radical. If assuming that's what you meant by that. But
hey guys, just remember, it happened with me too. My opinion was completely not. I mean, I'm not confident that every single officer is a great officer, but I have met a couple who seem to not be so bad. I'll tell you.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the thing that frauditors, I mean, they love to call us bootlickers, but I mean, let me get this straight on the table and on the record. I don't deny the existence of bad cops. In fact, the very idea of believing that all cops are pure 100% by the book is a fallacy. Like, of course there are going to be some. Humans are fallible. It is going to happen. Every job is going to have someone who can't do that job properly or has issues that cause them to do that job, in a terrible way. That happens. Now, at the same time, I have faith in the system that makes sure that people who do officers who act out of line will get in trouble. And I've seen plenty of cases where, where officers are found out to have done something wrong. They're investigated, they're fired, or even prosecuted, because we have people do it. I mean, I'm a guy who actually, I support the idea of both internal affairs and civilian review boards. I actually feel like there should be more civilian review boards working in tandem with internal affairs in every state.
I agree completely with that.
Yeah.
And
I agree too.
Not only police oversight, but also city and county government oversight.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm a firm believer in those things. Like I want to see a civilian review board for everything. I mean, like it should be there. I think I'm qualified to sit on one? Probably not. I mean, I think educated, logical, clear-headed people would be better suited for it, and they exist. They exist. They can do the job.
Hezekiah pointed out another guy that I want to give a shout out, Mark Stout, Long Island Fraud.
Yeah.
He changed his tune too once he realized what Sean Paul Reyes was doing and everyone else was doing. He turned around. He said, no, this isn't the right way to do this, guys. And to be honest with you, Mark Stout, he definitely does know his stuff. He's not dumb,
Real quick, Abby, I'm not
someone erased your comment?
controlling that. I'm not sure how the comment was erased. I mean, I know that there may be a comment that's pending approval by a mod, but
here, let me check.
I haven't been. I mean, I don't erase anybody's comments. I mean, every week I go on to, or actually twice a week, I go into the studio and I check for any question or any comments that have been held for review, and I just approve them all.
Yeah, I just usually approve mine too, even if it's ones that are against me. Look, man, you have a right to your opinion.
Exactly. So I never mute anyone's thing.
Have you ever approved one and then it just got deleted anyway?
Yeah, I've seen that happen. Some people have deleted their comments, maybe upon reflection they regretted it or something like that. The only ones I would ever delete are ones that appear to be spam, but like they clearly were dropped by a bot or something, because those do happen. But if it's someone who's giving an opinion, I let that fly.
I usually let everybody say everything they want about me. I did delete one during it was comment on a live that I'd done, and somebody made a comment about me, because a lot of people love to say some terrible things about me, which is okay, because I find it amusing generally. But someone else in the comments had told that person the only thing good about their family were the dead ones. That comment I deleted. You can say whatever you want about me, but don't attack other people in the chat just on my defense. I don't need to. I don't feel hurt, so please don't do that, guys.
Yeah, that's the rule I abide by. It's like, you know, like I can take hate by the barrel from anybody in the chat or comment section, you know, and sometimes it's fun to write back to them, but you know, the moment someone starts picking on somebody else, that you know, that's where I draw the line.
Yeah, same here. Same here. Once you start picking on people, once you start just being, I've had some people say some very inappropriate comments to me, knowing of my Spanish heritage in my comments, and those ones I did take down because, well, I'm not going to put something disgusting like that in my comment section for others to read. Just saying.
Fair enough. Anyways, so let's keep this going again. I mean, it's just when I think we've heard the stupidest parts from him, he just keeps going.
Just a big old ball of stupid.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to just let it play.
Don't get me wrong. Someday I'd love to be governor but it's not true. And the credible threat of violence is when you post the Airbnb house where I'm at, and then
incredible threat of violence.
I look in my rearview mirror and I say I'm being followed.
Yeah,
and then I take evasive action to ditch the tail. But unfortunately, they followed me. They followed me to where I was staying. It's on live stream. They literally were following me around because this woman put my information on her Discord. And she can say that my phone number has been listed, but unless you're running a troll account with people called Trolly and Troll and Double Troll and I Love to Troll Chillie, and those are the names of their accounts. There's dozens of accounts on her Discord and dozens of accounts on her YouTube that use my name in them. It's not a stretch to know that when I go live, she's posting or someone's posting in their Discord account, and then they're harassing me.
Then don't go live.
Which is a violation of Commonwealth versus Wooten from 2015. Versus Walters, I apologize. I only had a day to really prep the cases, so sorry if I'm not.
Well, he studied longer than.
Clark, we received those documents.
He studied less time than One Stop Fortune the Men in the Shop did.
Can't get to it. Just tell me the email.
Okay. All right. So this is what we're going to do then. This is what we're going to do. I am not going to make a determination until I see those documents.
What's your email? Send them now. I don't want to.
We're going to take a recess so that you can send those documents to the court. And I'm going to recall this matter. How voluminous are the documents, Mr. DeCastro?
I can get them over to you as soon as I have the email.
That wasn't his question.
I can't see it on here. I don't know.
No, I understand that. I'm asking how many pages are we talking?
Are we talking the PDFs or the videos? I can send you video links where she openly says she's tracking me, and then she
we won't be able to see the videos. We won't be able to see the videos.
My last point is on June 1st, 2022, she announces to her subscribers as she's streaming live, I'm sorry, she announces that I'm driving down there, I'm checking in with the Discord. Is he still there? That's not a joke. Then 5 minutes, I'm 5 minutes out. He's not getting away. They're telling me he's still there. That's not parody. That's not funny. Mr. Hillman, if I
Neither
did
is
that
telling
to
kids
you
don't trust cops.
Or Miss
right.
Previous judge, could you even imagine how it would go for me? Could you even fathom?
Mr. DeCastro, how
the whataboutism?
How many?
That's another thing that really upset me about this video is his play with whataboutism the whole time.
All right. So then what we're going to do is I'm going to take a
boy for a big old alpha male. He's such a wuss, ain't he?
Yeah.
That you're going to
right.
So that I can review the cases that you.
God, I've never heard someone just whine so much.
At 2 p.m.
He'll push Kate, but he won't come and face Legicator.
I know,
right? Push a woman, but he won't fight. He won't fight a guy that he threatened to fight in the first place.
That I've posted.
That he agreed to fight.
DeCastro is vacillating between admitting that these are other people and then trying to attribute it directly to me. So I can give you my YouTube Discord. I mean, my Discord username here.
We're also going to provide you, Ms. Peter, with copies of what is coming in
sure.
the court.
All right.
Since you have a right to see those.
Case law.
So we will recall this matter at 2 p.m.
That's
Okay?
that'll be 1 p.m. Okay, got it.
2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
All right. So
Your Honor, in the meanwhile, Mr. Hillman, in the meanwhile, can you make it so that she can no longer harass me using these harassment proceedings? Because what she'll do is she'll go out right now.
No, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to issue any order until I see the evidence that you're going to present, and I've had an opportunity to review that.
I'm saying for 2
Nope,
hours.
I'm not issuing any additional order at this point. We will recall the matter at 2 p.m. once I've had an opportunity to review the material.
Clean your ears, sir. Listen to what I'm saying. I'm the judge.
Yeah. Well, I hate to stop it, but one thing I noticed, he never refers to the judge as Your Honor or Judge or whatever. He just keeps saying Mr. So-and-so. It's Mr. So-and-so. Like, I'm sorry, but if you're not even going to show the judge respect that his office, requires of you, that you think he's going to see things your way, you think he's going to give you what you want? No.
I'll be honest. The only time I was ever in court, I never referred to the judge as Your Honor, and that's only because I feel he's no more honorable than anybody else in the courtroom personally. But I always referred to him as judge.
Yeah, that you could say that too. Yeah, you're right. So you could say, that's why I said either one. Your Honor or Judge, but he won't give either title. It's so stupid. Nemo 813 for $5. Kick knows Chillie is in a closet during his Zoom calls. I'm sure it was a Freudian slip. I mean,
hilarious, by the way.
I'm sure he'll come out eventually, but
Yeah. Come out of the closet.
Yeah.
Come out of the closet. I'm gonna get my gun.
Your Honor, Chillie, Mr. Castro won't come out of the closet.
Can't get him out of the closet.
I wonder if the judge knows that Chillie studied the Constitution for 20 years. He ought to feel a little inferior, shouldn't he?
Yeah, exactly. It's stupid. I mean, there was an earlier stream, or actually, I think it was the one. Yeah, Anthony, you were on it, where they were talking with Bobby Laws or whatever, his guru or someone he works with. The guy claimed he's won 11,000 cases.
Hey guys, I was in Cincinnati for 3 days straight while that idiot typed up paperwork, and all 3 days it was wrong. When Kent went, he spent 2 days to get the same thing done, and then when he came back, every time we went to quote unquote serve something, it was typed wrong every single time. The guy can't even type paperwork, for crying out loud.
Yeah, he's not a real lawyer. And as I told Anthony, he won 11,000 cases. Like, even if that was 2 cases a month, that would take 458 years.
404. You said 458. Someone said 469, and then we broke it down. And even if he won one case every single day,
it would be 30 years.
Yeah, it would take 30 years. He'd have to win a case every single day. That's not possible.
Yeah. Ask Chillie how you convert meters into kilometers.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, who knows? I mean, he's just
to have him, figure out Fahrenheit to Celsius.
Yeah, Chillie, if you're watching, this picture could, this could be your dating profile pic, Just saying, because obviously you're very bitter and lonely. So,
it does look like it would be on his OkCupid profile, doesn't it? I'm Chillie. I like trifolds and long walks on the beach.
And filing federal civil rights lawsuits that get nowhere.
Right.
He'll have to strike that pose from the closet.
Yeah.
The woman denies him a kiss at the end of the night. Well, you know what, lady? You just got yourself a federal lawsuit.
Right. Exactly. Now I'm all kinds of emotionally damaged.
You got the lobster and not a salad like I asked you to. This is emotional distress.
I'm going to have to do a fundraiser for 3 hours just to pay for that meal, you bitch.
And who knows? I made my $5 or $6 grand from the $10 I spent on you for dinner at McDonald's.
And then at the end of the night, stay away from me, lady.
Stay away from me, lady. Stay away. Like I said, his way of flirting is very odd and strange, isn't it? Just ask the nice officer for his number, Chillie.
Oh, God.
I wonder if threatening to rape half the Ironton Police Department and the population was considered flirting.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Like, could you imagine him on a date? Like a genuine date, like someone, like they're sitting at dinner and he's explaining all the psychosis to somebody who's just like, wow, You could that she would be like, "Excuse me while I go to the bathroom," and he'd never see her again.
Yeah. No, it'd be one of those things where it's like it's one of those places that say if you're in a situation you need to get out of, like, blink twice to the bartender or something, and they'll distract them while you can let you out the back door.
Order this certain drink, and they'll be there. Oh,
Yeah.
hey, we got a guy that actually wanted to introduce to you guys and the whole community, guys. This is Crypto Crackhead. He has been following Chillie around, having some fun. And I think you guys would be very interested in getting to know him. He's a private eye, and he is also a bail bondsman, and he's a real good guy. We've had conversations. Smart dude. He knows what he's talking about, and he actually offered Chillie money. He offered him, was it Josh? What is it, Jason? He offered him $10,000 or something like that. Like, he offered him some money. He also offered to pay his bail.
If he goes and fights Legicator. Yeah, I remember that.
He said, "I will pay your bail. I'm a bail bondsman. I will pay your bail and get you out of jail." And Chillie blocked him.
Oh, jeez.
Yep. So
I mean, he's going to be a bail bondsman later. That's for sure.
He did. Yep. He's confirming it was 10K. He guys get to know him. He learned about the community through watching Delete Laws. We did introduce him to a couple of other auditors he had never seen before on my channel. So guys, like, welcome him in and show him the ropes, guys, because he's new here and he's interested in these guys. Well, as interested as we are. When I mean interested, I mean he screams at his computer screen too.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what we all have in common. That's why we get together to comfort one another in that, in those moments.
Actually, go ahead, dude. Go ahead.
Sorry, before I forget, I don't want to, I mean, everyone's, like Joshua Lee, $5 again, man. You're awesome, man. Bobby Law is Chillie's alter ego. Changed my mind. I mean, if he probably is. I mean, who knows? I've never seen them both in the same place. Well, actually, no, never mind. Terry, you've seen them both in the same place at the same time, but at least we know they're both idiots. So,
well, I tell you what, I believe I stumbled across a poem that Chillie had written. It's roses are red, violets are blue. We have multiple personalities, and so do we.
That's good. AZ Jeep Girl, $5. Check his website. He's charging $25 for FOIA requests. They're free.
You must be smoking that like special meth to look at that and go, $25. What a steal on something that you can do by yourself for free.
I know. What's funny is FOIA requests, Freedom of Information Act. It means that the government cannot force you to pay to get information.
Free is in the word. Freedom's just not there to make it look nice, guys. Come on.
Exactly.
It's not there so that way you look at it and go, America. That's not what it's there for, guys.
Yeah, that is not. All right, let's move on past Chillie's dating profile pic. I mean, there's going to be a brief recess. I might be able to skip ahead a bit on it.
I might be dropping down because I do have to be at work tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
Let's try to get through because I watched this. There's some good parts to it.
We can provide a copy to Miss Peter as well.
Well, we could skip ahead to the ruling. Okay, see now there's Kate.
Yep. Hey, Kate.
I'm gonna check.
Kind of creepy that he's filming her on the screen.
I think the purpose for that is so that his followers know what she looks like, so any of his followers in Massachusetts can just go bother her. I think that's his reason for doing that. Because there's really no other reason for it, at least not what I can think of.
I see this and I just think, wow, this is the person that made Chillie, terrified. You're
telling me that girl kicked your ass verbally.
Hey, Greneless Rage, thank you for joining.
Back on record in the matter of Jose de Castro.
Dr. Nimrod
And
for
Catherine Peter.
20 sec. Have some Chillie sex on me. Oh, thank you, Dr. Nimrod. I've always said it. I think the closest thing Chillie gets to having sex is going to the I'm going to say Swedish embassy to exchange money.
I don't know. He kind of mind screws his followers every day.
Yeah, that's true. All right, let's see if we can skip ahead to when Chillie starts to talk.
All right, we are back on record. Mr. DeCastro, thank you for providing. We did receive your exhibits. I did have the opportunity to review the exhibits, not only the exhibits, but the case law that you
And the courthouse is now stocked for toilet paper for the next 6 months.
I have a couple, having reviewed, and let me ask Ms. Peter, we provided you with copies of what Mr. DeCastro has also provided to the court. Is that correct, ma'am?
I believe it's partial possibly, but yeah, I mean, I would say probably about 10 pages here.
Okay. Can I have the file? Or, you know what? I forgot the file in,
Yeah, I'll skip further.
Mr. Hillman, I didn't get a chance.
reviewed, go ahead, sir.
I just didn't get a chance to bring in the witness who I have on hold, and I don't know this man. I only know him from online. He said himself he was the target of Kate before, where he received hundreds of phone calls, thousands from her.
Chillie license defense. My rage quit, don't quit. Therefore, you must acquit.
I love. He was like, this person is unknown, but what?
A number online.
Yeah, that's not how witnesses work.
Yeah, but here's the thing, though, is that
and this is the fourth.
if you listen to him when he's explaining that story, you immediately realize it's Joe Orga.
Probably.
Because he mentions something that happened. He mentions being catfished at a bar.
One of the documents,
which is Joe Orga. So that's who he's talking to.
Provided.
Is it an incensed defense or a no sense defense?
It's all no sense. It never is any sense.
A message from Airbnb, is that correct?
Yes, that was my Airbnb host.
He almost looks like he's about to cry.
Who I had become.
And so I watched this earlier. This is the part I thought was actually kind of funny because the message is basically warning the owner about his activities within the Airbnb, and he's like, see, harassment. I'm suing that guy. I'm gonna find that guy and sue him, dude. You don't even know his name. You keep saying it's some guy named Sean. You're gonna just sue every Sean you find.
Out his personal information, but he's the one who blocked that person named Sean.
Well, Chillie would know how to get that done.
I'm gonna get from Airbnb, and I'm gonna file against that guy for stalking.
All right, so I'm just gonna read this.
For stalking me, dude. You don't even know who he is.
I'm wondering if I should increase the speed of this. If it's going to be, I think it'll be funnier to hear Chillie talk faster, or will we not even understand him?
Live streaming anti-police propaganda, various statements that could be interpreted as threats from your home. He's also in possession of a firearm, a .44 revolver, which he had brandished live on
this is better.
In your dining room. I'm not sure that this is the type of guest you want to host. You can view his antics in your home on his YouTube channel, Delete Laws. I felt compelled to inform you based on his erratic behavior and improper handling. And then it cuts off. So, Mr. DeCastro, the question I have for you is, do you know who sent this message to your Airbnb host?
The name on the account is Sean. I have to file for a court order.
Answer is no.
Airbnb for them to give me that information.
So, Abby says, according to Masshole News Now, Houston and Cyrax were also waiting to speak to the judge. Wow.
You were in that Airbnb.
What a witness list.
Was there any sort of public information made about?
He's sweating.
Where you were located at that time?
Absolutely not, because I had them.
I definitely think he's got.
So I hid my location extraordinarily well. As a matter of fact, the only time
I definitely think he's got a cocaine issue. I really do.
He definitely does.
I'm gonna let a little bit of people know about myself here for a moment. In my early 20s, I had that kind of problem. Let's just say I beat it. It took me a while. I beat it, but I can tell when someone is high on that drug because, well, I've been there. So, please, guys, don't ever do drugs. To be honest with you, it was a very, very bad time in my life. I was in my early 20s and I didn't know any better. But
I'll say this, man. I'm good for you for getting past that, and and you seem like a great guy now. So clearly you're a better person than Chillie, because obviously he hasn't learned.
Well, yeah, but that's why I always tell him, like, I always have that belief that he's got to be high on cocaine because, well, he looks a lot like I did at those times, and exactly, the cocaine will make your lips look like that. That's why I always say it. And I have some trepidation of saying it because I don't want to blanketly accuse a man of having a drug problem that I don't know about. Yeah. But from his actions, the way he looks, the way he's acted, he acts like a man who's on cocaine. And
Absolutely.
I mean, we know he does drugs. We know that he'll smoke marijuana openly on his live stream. So who's to say that he's not doing those other things?
Yeah, and I think on one of his streams, he even flat out said that he's that he's high, but he could have just been sarcastic. Like, why is he so short? Why does he sweat so much? How much meth does he smoke? Yeah, that's not cookies. Yeah, it's like
yeah.
I mean, he
he's
knows
on an
what he's
upper.
on.
He's on an
I
upper. He's
I
definitely on
think
an
at
upper.
times he's on several, actually.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
It's
probably
just
where that's probably where all the money goes from
yeah.
scripting.
He's. It's just like I said, the way he acts. We have his eyes are always the size of pinholes. His mouth is always that white. Yeah, it would explain the mania, the belligerent, his lack of focus, his ramblings. He rambles quite a bit, like a guy high on cocaine trying to create a business plan. He rambles like in that fashion. He reminds me of a scene from the movie Ted where Mark Wahlberg and Ted do cocaine. They're sitting around a table talking about opening up an Italian restaurant. That's what he really reminds me of sometimes. Like when he rambles on, he reminds me of that scene, and it's like, yeah, I used to have
full
rambles
disclosure,
like
I
that.
have just upped the speed of the video, so as we see him talk really, really fast, that's not his natural voice. So let's remember that I have sped it up for the sake of brevity to try to get to the end because I know Anthony's got to go to bed soon. I'm hoping we could wrap this up in 20 minutes.
Yeah.
So if I have to make it go faster, we can go faster.
At no point then, I just want to make sure that I'm clear. At no point did any person put or post anything publicly, either on YouTube or some other means of communication, that would indicate that you were in that location.
Well, they did on Kate's Discord. That's where they posted that.
Where?
They posted that on Kate's Discord, on Kate Peter's Discord account. They posted
Peter.
where I was, my location, a picture of the house. Someone actually physically followed me, sir. Followed me down the street.
And let me ask you, who posted on Kate's Discord that location?
A guy named Sean. It's in there. It's inside of there. And apparently, I'm going through the process with Discord to try to find out who that person is.
Okay.
Good luck with that.
What with Discord? He's gonna process Discord?
No, he's going through the process with Discord, meaning he's probably going to try to subpoena the information. I got news for Chillie. Sites like Discord or YouTube and all that stuff, let's consider what they've got here. Their options. They have a fight your one court request to violate the confidentiality of one of its users and thus call into question their ability to do that for the millions upon millions of users across the world who use it. That's their choice. It's like either make you happy or keep faith with the billions of people who use their app. It's like I think it's not a tough decision. They will fight this because they don't want to make their users know, yeah, if someone comes to us with a document, we'll sell out your information in a heartbeat.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah,
I mean,
people would turn around and never want to use Discord ever again. They'd be like, no. If my information is just going to be given willy-nilly to anybody who shows up with whatever they wrote down on paper, why am I using this app?
Yeah, especially an idiot with absolutely no law school knowledge or legal training whatsoever. So it's like if Discord would give up that guy's personal information to Chillie, then yeah, I would have no faith in Discord at all, as a company to keep my information safe or private.
Yep.
So yeah, Chillie, you're probably not going to get that information. You're not going to find out who Sean is.
It's like those people who say, I'm going to subpoena Facebook.
Yeah.
I remember watching an episode of Dr. Phil where some woman said, like, I'm subpoenaing Facebook. And he's like, you're going to subpoena Facebook. Facebook? She's like, yeah, and I'll win. And he's like,
no, you won't.
Right. No, you won't. They got an army of lawyers. Yeah,
and you're right. Crypto Crack, he would have to be suing somebody or whatever, or suing. You have to be suing the guy. So it's like it's a chicken or the egg. How do you sue a guy if you don't know who he is? Mm-hmm. And then how do you create that lawsuit for a subpoena that's for the purpose of finding out who the guy is?
Snake eating its own tail, essentially.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think you could sue a John Doe. I don't know if that's legally possible.
I wouldn't see how that would be.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna go into warp speed.
Yeah, right. And
regarding the evidence that Miss Peter was waiting in anticipation of a confrontation, in that you were being tracked.
Wrong person. Yeah, you're right, Vanguard. See, this is my problem. I ramble.
The tracking language was in regards to you driving towards her residence to serve her with legal documents.
No, not at all. Okay. In Ohio, no one even knew I was going to Boston. I didn't announce I was going to Boston. I didn't tell anybody. And then when they tracked me, I was actually leaving Boston.
I should have had it set from this from the beginning.
I just want to make sure that I understand what the tracking language is. Where was the tracking language being posted?
It was being posted in Discord, and it goes all the way back to the middle of May. And then she tracked me again on June 8th, where she publicly announced, we're tracking him like an endangered great white, tagging him. We know his every move.
All right, and that was posted. Was that posted by Miss Peter?
All he's ever doing is sharing that joke over and over and over. People are never going to forget that.
And she
tracking great whites have scientific merit to them.
Yeah,
like, tracking you is just to make sure you don't hurt anybody.
Yeah,
he kept talking about in his lives he was going there to serve her. Crying out loud. It's not like he didn't tell everybody where he was at.
If this was
exactly.
You were being tracked like an endangered great white. We know your every move.
Mr. DeCastro, I'm just trying to understand. I just want to make sure that I have a clear picture of what you're telling the court.
And I just want to make sure that I've clearly laid out what the rule of law is, the case precedent is. And this is my whole argument against
let me tell you how you're going to have to decide this, Judge.
Language. What did you understand that to be in regards to?
Yeah, he's trying to dictate to the judge.
Were you moving? Were you physically coming from Ohio into Massachusetts?
I need to come here and tell you how the court works.
I was in Maryland, just when I was last, and that's on the Discord, which you have in that email, where they say he's crossing over the Maryland border, heading south. So they're tracking me all the time, 24 hours, no matter where I go or what I do. If I do turn on,
dude, you keep telling everybody where you're going.
Put me on their Discord account.
Does not take. In his last live stream, we figured out he was in Alabama because he told them that he was off of a certain route, and someone in my chat said, "I know where that is. It's in Alabama."
Tracking language that you just heard testimony.
Dude, geez, man.
First of all, have you personally posted language regarding tracking of Mr. DeCastro?
No. I mean, we've not, other than stating, again, hyperbolic speech and the hubris that we were tracking him like an endangered great white shark. But again, I mean, at no point did we indicate that we were actually physically tracking him. It's not 24 hours a day. That's impossible. There's no devices being placed on him. He broadcasts the location. And actually, while the court was in recess, I was able to pull up where he did indicate
shaking your head's not going to change it, Chillie.
To serve me. Again, he also had made statements at one point that he had my address, and I was very lucky that he wasn't like his father, or I would be physically harmed, right? I also pulled up some clips where he makes not explicit threats, but implicit threats that he would shoot me in the head and I would be talking to God.
What was your statement regarding tracking him like a great white in regards to?
In regards to following around, well, not following around, but yeah, keeping tabs on where he was in Massachusetts.
Across the country.
That's not, again, my statement was in regards to keeping track of where he was in Massachusetts after he had made implicit threats to show up at my home. Also, I would like to call my witness at some point too, because he can further elaborate on his plan to, again, come to my home unannounced while he is carrying unregistered firearms in his vehicle that were improperly stored after making implicit physical threats against my safety.
That's not what this hearing is about.
Yeah, but you know, you might yourself get served and taken to court for what you've said.
I'm not on trial.
Yep. You will be.
Complaint for harassment to separate us, because I don't want to have involvement with this person who's harassing me.
You know what? I might
don't listen to her tell the truth, Judge. Don't listen to that. We can't have that.
Yeah. Right. I might skip ahead to the ruling.
Today.
Yeah.
I'm taking a minute here. I'm making.
Okay, so he's listing everything he's going to say.
Order for the parties, to the extent that the parties wish my findings, they can get him via FTR, and you can contact the clerk's office to do so. The question before the court, as I have indicated, is whether a harassment prevention order pursuant to Chapter 258E should involves speech and conduct that could be considered to be protected under the First Amendment. And so the court is mindful that any speech that would be considered as a basis for criminal harassment would have to constitute a true threat or fighting words. I cite ASR versus AKA 92 Mass App Court 270. So with that background, my findings are as follows. Mr. DeCastro and Ms. Peter do not know one another personally. Approximately 30 days ago, Ms. Peter began to post videos on YouTube regarding Mr. DeCastro. She linked to these videos via her Discord account. She also posts messages to her approximately 1,600 followers on that same Discord account. The name on the Discord account and the YouTube posts that she reports under are mass hole reports. The purposes of, Mr. DeCastro, I'm just going to ask you to let me make my findings on the record.
Yeah, he can't shut up.
The purpose of Mr. Ms. Peters' posts regarding Mr. DeCastro is to highlight information that Ms. Peter believes needs to be shared with her audience. Several of Ms. Peters' reports and posts about Mr. DeCastro have cast Mr. DeCastro in a negative light. Ms. Peter posts regarding Mr. DeCastro have led several of Ms. Peters' subscribers to comment negatively via a chat function about Mr. DeCastro, as Mr. DeCastro, who is also a person who broadcasts on a YouTube channel, broadcasts live. The court has received information and screenshots provided by Mr. DeCastro that highlights these chat messages that have been provided. The court takes note that Mr. DeCastro has categorized this as trolling, and the court finds it to be consistent with what it understands to be trolling. Mr. DeCastro has received numerous, by his account, hundreds of phone calls since Ms. Peter has been posting about Mr. DeCastro. Mr. DeCastro's mother, family, and friends have also received numerous phone calls. The court does not find, by a preponderance of the evidence, that Ms. Peter made these phone calls or that she directed these phone calls to be made to Mr. DeCastro. The court finds that while Ms. Peter—
Now here comes the head shaking.
YouTube, she has not communicated any true threat or fighting words to Mr. DeCastro or directed that any threat or fighting word be directed at Mr. DeCastro.
He's not paying attention. He's now just on
There
a
has
phone
been
call.
one communication with Ms. Peter.
Telling whatever guru he has on there that he's losing.
The court does not find by a preponderance of the evidence that communication involved any true threat or fighting word. The court has heard evidence that Mr. DeCastro was at an Airbnb rental in Ohio, and his Airbnb host was messaged, and that someone by the name of Sean posted his location. Mr. DeCastro finds this to be concerning. I understand why he finds that to be concerning. Nevertheless, the court does not find that Ms. Peter posted that information or that she directed that information be posted. The court has also heard of an incident in which Mr. DeCastro was claimed to have been tracked by Ms. Peter in anticipation of a confrontation. That was Ms. Peter's words. The court does not find this reference to a confrontation to be a true threat or fighting words, nor does it find it to be akin to the surreptitious setting of a GPS device on a vehicle. In context, the court finds that this statement regarding her anticipation of a confrontation to be in regards to being served with a legal document, and the court finds that this reference confrontation was anticipated to be verbal, not a physical confrontation. With respect to the tracking language, the court finds that this information was broadcast by Ms. Peter. It was broadcast in response or based on information that was broadcast by Mr. DeCastro publicly, and accordingly that is not a true threat or fighting word. The court therefore declines to issue a harassment prevention order. I'm citing Kareem K versus Ida I, 100 Mass Ave Court 902. That's a 2022 case in support of my determination. The order is not going to issue.
What are my appeal processes? Am I allowed to appeal?
You certainly are, Mr. DeCastro. You have a right of appeal. My findings are on the record. I put them specifically on the record in case you wish to appeal, so that you have a thorough record of what I considered in my legal determination. You can consult the rules of appellate procedure as to how the appeals process proceeds. And to the extent that you need to get a copy of the FTR or the recording, you can contact the clerk's office and they'll provide you with that information, sir.
So if I did this to you, okay, let's see how it goes. I mean, we're not living under rule of law. You're just making things up as you go. You're just deciding that you don't like me and this woman is a big cop sucker.
So,
I'm the bad guy.
No.
Nothing to do with whether I like you or don't like you. I'm making my determination based on the law. And that's why I put it on the record so that you can appeal it if you think that I'm incorrect. Okay, sir?
I think the court's a joke. That's what I think. What a joke, Joe.
And here's the losing complaint.
That was the end.
Yep. And you know what? That ended exactly as I thought it would, with him complaining that he lost. It's a court. It's a kangaroo court. It's this and that. The court's a joke. I was almost expecting him to insult the judge.
Oh, he practically did. I mean, and you're right, JCAR contempt, and it's so nuts. I mean, Yeah, there we go. The court had to disconnect the video stream to get him to shut up. The ending is like, yeah. I'm sorry it took us so long to get there. I mean, when it comes to videos like this that are really long, I mean, there's a lot to be said, and I do promise to do a little better on that one, so we, that way we don't get too carried away. But the whole point of this was just to get together and just mock Chillie, and if that conversation goes off on tangents, that it's going to happen.
You know what? If it takes us 3 hours to make fun of Chillie, then by gone it takes us 3 hours.
Yeah, I mean,
tell you what,
his
guys,
streams are longer.
Yeah, right.
I don't normally say bad things about people. You guys know I don't make fun of people, but Chillie, I'll stay on here another 3 hours to make fun of him if you'll stay with me.
Oh yeah, it's just, I mean, it's just that meltdown at the end. Like he just completely loses it. I mean, you can just see his soul dying in his eyes, assuming he has one.
I really, really would like to just know what he was whispering. I think we all know he was whispering in that phone. I'm losing. Please help me. But to be a fly on the closet wall would be kind of awesome. Because I'm just curious, like what you telling your guru there, huh? That you're losing.
Well, remember he said he had a witness on the phone. That's probably who he was talking to.
Yeah, and what's funny is that's not how you present a witness. The thing that makes no sense to me is that he went all nuts about Josh Abrams being there and testifying against him. At no point did we ever see Abrams called to the stand. I don't know if that already happened when this video picked up or what, but it sounds to me like his post-loss video was telling about a whole bunch of things that did not happen in court that he claims it did.
Once again, he's pushing his own narrative. That's what he does. Because it's either Chillie's reality or it's no one's reality. There's no in between with him. You either listen to you either believe what he believes, or you're against him and you're an enemy. That's another problem with it. If you don't agree with him, he immediately paints you an enemy. You're an enemy. You're an enemy that needs to be taken down and destroyed. And then he takes your information, he gives it to his followers, and they come after you and they bother you every day of the week.
His head is like a roach motel. He's checked in, but he can't check out.
Yeah, exactly.
He's checked in all right.
If there is one, I'd love to see it.
Well, guys, it is midnight.
Yeah,
you're on the East Coast. It's time for me to go off to bed.
All right,
good to see you, Anthony.
Yeah, it's great to see you both, man. I mean, and Terry, thanks for coming on. I appreciate it. It's always
thanks for having me. I always enjoy making fun of Chillie.
Oh yeah, and then I'd be happy to have you guys back on anytime to do it. Granted, I mean, I'm gonna say, like, I'm still learning. I'm still learning how to brevity, but at the same time, I love having conversations about this stuff. I mean, I could go on for hours, but and so I'm always happy to join you guys, or you're always welcome to join me if it's just to hang out, even if we don't watch videos, just to chat and just have a good time.
Hey, me too. I've got that gift to gab. I can do it all day.
Yeah.
Same here.
All righty. Well, we'll go ahead and I'll go ahead and end it here then. So once again, thanks for everybody who stuck around. I see we got like about 195 people still with us. Anthony, Terry, once again, thanks for coming, and everybody have a great night.
Good night, everybody.
Thanks for having me, guys. Later, everyone.
Night.